4-0, the Phillies. The story, Roy Halladay. And history on the line here in Philadelphia. All zeros. 8 no-hit innings for Halladay at his first postseason start. Don Larson, he's looking for some company here tonight. Game 5 of the 56 World Series through the perfect game, beating the Brooklyn Dodgers. Strike one. That has been the story all night for Halladay as he gets ahead of Ramon Hernandez in the ninth.
Big shocker there, getting ahead in the count. Only three-ball counts all night.
In the air. Chase Utley. Nothing is routine at this point. Utley makes the catch. One gone.
The only thing standing right now between Halladay and another perfect game was a walk back in the 5th inning.
And everybody is nervous here. Halladay, all of the position players, the umpires. With the pitcher spot coming up, Dusty Baker will send Miguel Cairo, a Philly last year, to the plate to pinch hit.
Well, another comfort for Roy Halladay is knowing how good his defense is behind him. He doesn't mind if they put it in play. He's very confident in the guys, especially on the infield, playing behind him. Cairo, a line drive guy. He'll inside out the ball. He likes to go to right field and up the middle.
The history of Major League Baseball, there have been 4 pitchers to throw 2 no-hitters in the same season, at least 2. Nolan Ryan is the last, 1973 for the Angels. Strike. 1-2 on Cairo.
He's had perfect control of all his pitches tonight against the best hitting team in the National League, and he has dazzled them. Tried stepping out on him, waiting him out. Nothing has thrown Roy Halladay off his game tonight.
Pitch number 100 on the way from Halladay. In the air. Over is Valdez with room. 2 outs. The Reds' last hope, Brandon Phillips. And one more piece to the puzzle for Roy Halladay.
And he's a first pitch ambush hitter if he delivers a fastball strike.
Gave him a fastball. Phillips took it.
Probably the best pitch he will get to hit this at bat.
Halladay struck him out in the 4th.
Can't even begin to tell you how loud it is here, folks.
Halladay is 1 strike away. The 0-2. A bouncer. Ruiz. In time! Roy Halladay has thrown a no-hitter. The ace of aces, Roy Halladay, postseason no-hitter. The first since 1956, Don Larson of the Yankees. He's got company now after 11 years waiting for a postseason start. He gets it tonight, and he delivers his best start of his career. A no-hitter in the playoffs for Roy Halladay. What a moment here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, welcome to the postseason, Roy.
Beautiful sunny day, a Thursday afternoon here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Great American Ballpark. And the third straight day here in Great American Ballpark. Reds fans have never seen a victory in this ballpark by the home team. Lost to their only postseason appearance here against the Phillies in 2010. They've lost the first two home games in this series against the Giants. Blanco taking a page out of the Rafael Furcal book. A little step through, swinging bunt.
First person I ever saw do this was Miguel Delaney for the Cleveland Indians. Just to run up and try to hit it by him.
Too many guys faster than Delaney in that period of time he was in the big leagues.
Gives you an idea right away, the stuff of Matt Latos. Pitchers are going at it as expected, to aces of their rotations, especially now for Latos in the absence of Johnny Cueto. And we're just picking us up. Johnny Cueto was taken off the postseason roster yesterday to make way for Mike Leake. He will not be available until the World Series if the Reds make it. That means Latos jumps into that ace role.
He wanted this one.
Elliott had it just inside. Johnny Cueto will remain with the team. A strained oblique, the official injury that had to be cleared through the doctors of Major League Baseball to grant the request to make a switch on the postseason roster. Blanco shoots one to the opposite field, a base hit. So Gregor Blanco with a single. And the Giants have a man on against Latos. And just a moment ago between innings, we had a chance to catch up with Reds pitching coach Brian Price. Well, Brian, Matt Latos, we've heard a lot about him. We've watched him so far. Tell us what kind of personality we're looking at here today in the first postseason start.
Well, I imagine you figured out he's pretty intense. He's locked in right now. The thing is that he's been able to kind of maintain his emotions and continue to make good quality pitches. Every now and again, you know, he'll mess up in the zone, but he's got enough power right now to get away with a few mistakes. But he's been real sharp with his fastball command. He's made good pitches with his breaking balls, and he's a guy that wants the ball in a huge game.
He has really tempered those emotions, but missed the pitch on Blanco that he thought was a strike, ends up giving up a base hit.
Blanco, second on their team in stolen bases. He's like a second leadoff man if you need him to be. And this year's base stealer 17 for 20 against Matt Latos. Takes him a while to get unfurled.
Now Blanco stole 26 bases this year. And if you look at the structure of Bochy's lineup with the left-handed hitting Crawford behind Blanco, that's the main reason that the base stealer is on like Blanco. He tries to protect him with a left-handed bat. Tough on a catcher. Fascinating talking to Bochy about how he maps out his lineup and the moves that he will make. Every spot has a purpose.
Latos is a pitcher that in the past has suffered from some maturity problems. And coming over here, Brian Price, one of the best pitching coaches in baseball, those are some of the things that he has worked with Matt on. You can see him, every pitch has become an issue now here in the fifth.
Price in his third year as the Reds pitching coach under Dusty Baker. That ball's hit hard. That's fair down the line. Blanco can fly. Can he score? It's in the corner. Bruce up with it. And he will be waved home. He'll score. Throw to third. Late. And it's a triple for Brandon Crawford. The Giants strike first. Burr and Gregor Blanco flying around the bases. An RBI triple for Crawford, and it's 1-0 San Francisco.
His first hit of the division series, and it's a huge hit to put the Giants on top. Hooking that one down the line, and then you got one of their fastest runners at first base. He scores easily.
Can't cut the bases better than Blanco did right there.
Oh, what a big hit. Crawford comes up with a triple and an RBI, hitting ahead of the pitcher Matt Cain. Now the Reds forced to bring their infield halfway in. Cain at the plate. A lot of ways to score a base runner here, but the pitcher spot at the plate. Crawford had been 0 for 10 before that triple.
Let's call it time, throwing the ball in. See Hallian going out to meet him as they had a little tete-a-tete there between umpire and starting pitcher.
There was one pitch to Blanco and at least one pitch to Crawford that he objected to and was not happy with the call on. I don't know if it affected the triple to Crawford or not.
Cain, slow roller, and Latos makes the play, puts the runner back, and there is out number 1. So that is a big out for Latos. He gets an out without Crawford scoring. Interesting number there. 49 and 33, 16 games over 500 for the team that scores first in a winner-take-all game. In this series, through the first 4 games, the team that has scored first has won 3 times. The only game that didn't apply, the Reds scored first in game 2, or rather game 3, and the Giants won it 2-1.
You want to take a look around the outfield. Ludwig has a good arm. Stubbs a very good arm, and Bruce has the best arm by far and very accurate.
So back to the top of the order with Crawford at third, 1 away. Angel Pagan at the plate. And again, Cincinnati bringing their infield in gives you an idea of how well Matt Cain is pitching. Runs are going to be tough to come by, it would seem today.
Got to get this run in if you're San Francisco.
Pagan this year in this situation, runner at third, less than 2 outs. 13 for 24, 54%. Not all that good. By comparison, Buster Posey, who had a great year, was about 3 out of 4 every time he got the opportunity.
Hannigan going out to speak to Latos every single pitch now. They're all important, but more important now.
And the umpires understand that. They appreciate the fact that they're not trying to bust up a meeting right away, even though there might be several trips.
It's hard enough to get outs when you have to get specialized outs. A pop-up or a strikeout, it makes it much more difficult.
No balls and a strike on Pagan. He is 0 for 2 against Latos today. And a bouncing ball, Cozart, and he fumbles it. In the score, Crawford, he wanted to come to the plate, but bobbled the baseball and gets nobody. So Pagan brings in the run, and the Giants have a 2-0 lead.
Brandon Crawford runs well too, and he was going on contact, getting a lot of pats in his own dugout. This is going to be a tough play for Cozart to catch the ball while his feet were in the air, come down and make a good throw. Not sure he would have gotten him anyway.
It's almost like he took a peek at the runner, Crawford, instead of looking the ball into the glove. cost them the play.
That is going to be an error on the rookie shortstop, Zach Cozart. No RBI for Pagan, but the run scores, and it's 2-0. And here is Marco Scutero now. Pitch out. Reds thinking something is on right there.
Second pitch out by the Reds in this series. One last night also.
Just to clarify, it will be an RBI for Pagan on the E6 to Cozart. Giants with 2 on the board in the 5th. Scutero takes the ball. 2-0 the count. Lito's just dominant through the first 4 innings, giving up back-to-back hits to start this inning, and now the error.
Fastball situation. From Latos, you can see Tim Flannery, the third base coach, and Bruce Bochy, maybe putting on the hit and run here. Lots of speed at first. Pagan.
Outstanding contact hitter in Marco Scutero. Got a single in the first. And now 3-0. Crawford with his first hit of the series. An RBI triple gives the Giants the lead. All 4 on 4 straight. Scutero draws the walk. And now the heavy lumber coming up for San Francisco. And Brian Price is on his way out. Sandy Pure in that Reds bullpen started to get loose.
Running games like this, big games like this that I know you've pitched in. Adrenaline's a wonderful thing as long as it lasts.
Yeah, as long as it stays up. Once the air comes out of the balloon, though, you feel all alone out there on the pitcher's mound. I'm sure that's how Latos feels right now. But interesting choice by Bruce Bochy to see Sammy Pure get up in the bullpen. You talked about him playing Crawford for his defense, but he also said want Crawford's left-handed bat, the left-handed numbers, hitters against Latos much better.
And on top of that, he was complimenting Arias, who might have thought he was going to play today. He said he's been so good off the bench, we'll have him on the bench ready to go today.
Crawford had that little bit of a miscue. It wasn't called as an error. Zach Cozart was given an infield hit in the first inning. But Kane pitched out of that inning, and now Crawford delivers with a big hit. And now the Giants knocking at the door in a big way here with 2 runs in. 2 on for Pablo Sandoval. Strike to Sandoval. Well, yesterday Sandoval went to the back leg and launched one out of here. Look how far this one goes. 422 feet. He was able to enjoy all of it.
So good softball swing right there, baby.
That was a 2-run home run for Sandoval in the 7th inning. Capped off a 3-run Giant 7th, and the last runs they would score, and an 8-3 Game 4 win. The winner was Tim Lincecum yesterday.
Most difficult part for managers in these postseason games, can you get a reliever up in time before the game gets out of control? Bruce Bochy got Barry Zito out earlier, but Dustin Baker got Mike Leake out in yesterday's game.
Sandoval to the opposite field, a base hit. Pagan had to hold up for a moment just to make sure it cleared. He will not be able to score here. But the Giants with 3 hits in the inning to go along with a walk and an error. And the bases are loaded for Buster Posey with 1 away.
2 really good at-bats by Sandoval going the other way. Connected on a high fastball his first time up. Took that pitch his second time up and later grounded out. But going the other way against Latos, some good hitting from Pablo Sandoval.
Well, the game on the line right now for the Cincinnati Reds with Posey coming up. Posey winning a batting title this year. Hit .336 during the regular season. Finished 6th in the league with 103 runs batted in. Bases full of Giants with 1 out.
Cueto, when he came in for Johnny Cueto in the first game, struck out Buster Posey. There's one at bat.
Giants have quieted down this big crowd as Latos deals Posey a swing and a foul.
I was thinking in his last at bat that the Reds are very happy to have Buster Posey hit lazy fly balls, which he did his first 2 times up today. This was the home run off Latos on the first pitch he saw from him in game 1. And they don't want him to hit a lazy fly ball here because that'll produce a run and eat a ground ball from him.
Posey is 0 for 2. Both of his outs have come to center field. Fly ball outs to center. Speed at third and Pagan. Latos falls behind 2-1.
Have to feel that was a setup pitch there to brush Posey inside, get him a little off the plate, counter with the slider.
Pagan, Scudero, Sandoval. Game-changing moment here. Power pitcher and the power hitter as Latos deals. Posey swings and misses. Chased one, 2-2 the count.
He might have gotten caught up in the moment a little bit.
It doesn't matter how good of a hitter you are, you get anxious and excited in these moments.
He got a fastball up and he went after it, and it wasn't a strike.
Deep left field, that is way back, and a grand slam for Buster Posey. The Giants break it wide open as Posey goes way out. Moment for Buster Posey in a year that might end up as an MVP season. Buster Posey just delivers a huge haymaker to the Cincinnati Reds in Game 5.
Hannigan knew it. Posey knew it. 45,000 plus here knew it. This went off the facing of the second deck.
And Matt Latos is out. Dominant through the first 4 innings, cannot get through the 5th. As Buster Posey with a grand slam, it is 6-0 Giants. The second home run of this series. He also has a caught stealing tonight. Great throw to third. And now here we go to the 9th, top of the order. Jeremy Affeld, by the way, has returned to the dugout with a sling on his left wrist. That is his throwing arm. We will follow that after this game to get a report, but that could be trouble for the Giants if they do advance moving forward. Does not look good. He took a spill in the dugout trying to avoid a foul ball early. Sergio Romo on the final out of the 8th. Now facing Brandon Phillips here in the 9th. Strike.
Little break, although 9 hits for Phillips in this 5-game series, but Rumbo's much tougher, of course, against right-handed hitters.
Joaquin Arias takes over at third base for Sandoval. Cincinnati have a rally in them here in the bottom of the 9th. Romo had just one blown save for the Giants this year in 15 tries.
Use that pitch, that front door slider. He tries to get the right-handers to flinch a little bit, give up on it, and have it dart back across the plate.
Well, he had been one of the great setup men in baseball. Last year was stellar with a 1.50 ERA, setting up for Brian Wilson. Wilson a spectator these days, out with Tommy John surgery. Swing and a miss from Phillips. Down to a knee he goes, and it's 1-2.
Ron, I know it's a slider by definition, but it's a real big, long sweeper.
And what makes it so difficult to hit for the right-handed hitters especially is that his arm angle is from the side, but he still gets depth on the baseball. It still breaks down. Pitches, you watch him go to the side. It'll helicopter in the middle of the plate, not Romo slide.
They will ask. No, he didn't. Chad Fairchild says Phillips able to check his swing. That was close.
The Giants bench drawing the wrath of Tom Hallion, too. He took his mask off and tried to quiet the crowd in the Giants dugout.
Ron Wotus, the bench coach. 6-3. Giants have the lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brandon Phillips. And a pop-up. Playable foul territory. Brandon Belt's got it. 1 away for the Giants. As we check in with Matt Weiner in Atlanta. Matt, thanks. And now 1 away for Sergio Romo facing Zach Cozart. That's another hook. Cozart has a hit here today. He's 1 for 4. An infield hit. And a strike from Romo. He's trying to do something that no National League team has done in Division Series play, and that is come back from 0-2 down as Phillips pops it up. And knowing that it could be his final at-bat of the season. It's incredible how it turns. The Reds. Great effort from Homer Bailey in Game 3. 7 strong innings. 10 strikeouts. Looked like they were poised to perhaps sweep the Giants in advance. The Giants were able to win 2-1 in 10 innings. Bludgeoned the Reds yesterday. Now up 3 and just needing 2 outs as Cozart takes ball 3.
Ron, you've been talking about how in games like this especially, but in this series, the team that loses, there are a lot of things that you have to live with all winter, sometimes all your life. And in that Game 3, Brian, remember Brandon Phillips made a base running mistake that really cost the Reds what turned out to be a 1-run ball game.
Snuffed out an early rally. That's ball 4. Cozart draws the walk. So the Reds dialing up a little bit with Cozart aboard. Joey Votto coming up.
Boy, is that a rare walk. Just 10 walks in 55 innings in the regular season.
Cozart, not a guy who walks very often in his own right. Here's Votto. Tying run on deck. Votto is swing and a miss. So Romo is much more effective against right-handed hitters than lefties. Cincinnati has left-handers in Votto and Bruce with Ludwig in between. Through the hole, a base hit, and the Reds are alive in the 9th. Joey Votto with his 2nd hit, and now The tying run comes to the plate again. The 4th consecutive inning for the Reds.
Little fastball up in the strike zone, trying to get the ground ball. Hit way too hard and in the hole.
All you can ask is for an opportunity. 4th straight inning. They've had an opportunity to bring the tying run to the plate. Ludwig had that great at bat his last time up. A real deliberate one with runners aboard against Affeldt. Affeldt got him to hit a comebacker.
Ryan Ludwig, 3 homers in this series. Had one earlier today in the 6th. That made it a 3-run game. Generous call from Tom Hallion, and Ludwig is behind 0-1. The splits. Ryan Ludwig, see what he did against left-handers this year. 10 home runs and about a third of the at-bats. Against right-handers in Romo, had a higher batting average, but Romo much more effective against right-handed hitters.
And Ryan 0 for 6 against Romo in his career.
Giants are looking for a ground ball to turn 2 and send them into the NLCS. Ludwig rips one into left field, a base hit. Here comes Cozart, no throw. Ryan Ludwig makes it a 2-run game. For San Francisco as Ludwig delivers in the clutch.
Hit a good pitch, it was down, and pull it in the hole. And the Reds very much alive after the 1-out walk got this started.
Reds dugout fired up. Todd Frazier.
Interesting with Girardi coming out here to speak to Romo. Lets you know that he is going to pitch to Bruce. Dusty fired up.
Ryan Ludwig has opened the door for the Reds. Harris, the left-hander. Ryan Vogelsong, a starting pitcher, is getting loose as well. Those aren't boos. Those are Bruce's.
And now the tying runs are on base.
Jay Bruce, representing the winning run. A big cut, fouls it away.
In this ballpark, I called it the Great American Walk-Off, and not ballpark. This ballpark, they have so many walk-off wins, and this guy has been accountable for most of them. He's so tough in the clutch, and in this ballpark, so dangerous.
It's been a walk and back-to-back singles. Bruce had another big cut, fouls it away. 0-2 the count.
2010, Jay Bruce hit a home run off Tim Burdack of the Houston Astros to win them the division that night. Does he have some magic 2 years later?
11 walk-offs this year for the Reds. Cincinnati scored 4 unanswered since the 6-run Giants fifth. 2 on, 1 out, and the count is 0-2 on Jay Bruce. And Romo misses.
And the thing about Jay Bruce is he doesn't have to pull the ball. He's got great power the other way too.
Welch can't watch.
No, he's got to lean on something.
Opportunity for Romo. He came into this game with 2 outs in the 8th. Here comes a 1-2, and Bruce stays alive.
And get a piece of Buster Posey.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why he ran out to the mound. Caught a piece of his hand.
was his error in Game 3 that allowed the Giants to take the lead in the 10th inning and win that game. Cozart scored the 4th run. Sergio Romo has never saved a game in the postseason. He's had 2 chances. Ball and 2 strikes. Tying run at first. Winning run at the plate. Bruce fouls another one away.
In some ways, if you're Jay Bruce, you figure there's no way Romo doesn't have anything he can throw by me. He might trick me, and I might swing over the top of that slider, but he can't throw his fastball by me, and he is draped over the plate and was able to spoil that pitch as a result.
A double play sends the Giants to the NLCS. A long ball does the same for the Reds. And a whole lot in between. The 1-2. And Bruce fouls another one off. What a battle here.
Boy, got a pitch to hit here. Fastball up in the strike zone, about waist high. Just enough run on it.
And needless to say, because of Romo's success against right-handed hitters, rolling on deck, the Reds are really hoping something happens magically right here.
7th pitch of the at-bat. C8. It was 40 years ago today that Johnny Bench homered in the 9th inning of the 72 NLCS, and it allowed the Reds to tie the game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They would win on a wild pitch. Cincinnati have some of that magic in them here in 2012. Second, Ludwig at first, the tying run. Romo deals, and Bruce right on that one. Fouls it back to the screen.
That one had a lot of plate. You got some extension on that one. Target was off the plate. The pitch was not.
Romo, almost a good time to throw a ball, isn't it?
Maybe bounce one of those sliders up there, but then you run the risk of it getting away from Posey and having the tying runs move into scoring position. Tough decisions here for Posey and Romo.
Calls time now. He's on his way out.
Very tough decision.
Get it straight.
Well, the crowd is as loud as it's been the last 3 days. Posey sensed that Romo was in between what pitch to throw. You got to be 100% behind whatever you toss to the plate.
Well, the outfield is deep. They want to make sure that they try to cut down any possible double that might score Ludwig from first.
Reds do not have a lot of speed on the bases. Otto and Ludwig. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jay Bruce. Misses. Bruce lays off. 2-2 the count. Joey Votto singled. Ryan Ludwig singled in Zach Cozart after he walked. Here, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bruce fouls it away.
It's a big league at bat right here.
Oh, man.
With so much riding on it, he is taking some good swings, fighting off some real good pitches. Just hoping he gets one that he can handle and drive out of here, or at the very least, find some grass somewhere in the outfield.
We call him the natural, looking for a natural moment.
Giants are looking for a ground ball to finish this game. The 11th pitch coming, and Bruce takes a ball. Close call. Full count.
Everything away, 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 and finally up and in. Don't get the call. In the pitch tracks.
Ooh. Close. Jay Bruce in the air to left. That is playable. Nady is in. And there is out number 2 for the Giants. What an epic battle between Jay Bruce and Sergio Romo. Romo wins it. 2 gone in the inning.
Sorry, Brian. 3-2. He went to his A pitch, his slider, and it worked.
What an at-bat by Bruce.
So now the Reds down to their last out, and it's Scott Rowland. Two on, Rowland at the plate. He has 2 hits in this game. And a breaking ball strike, big pitch for Romo to get ahead of him.
Sometimes situations are bigger than the player. You can't handle it. As big as this situation is, it's not bigger than Scott Rowland. He's been here, done that. Tough out.
Tying run at first. Giants clinging to a 2-run lead as Romo misfires. 1 ball, 1 strike. Giants can survive this and surviving all of these opportunities by the Reds. Coming back from 0-2 in this series. This would be one of the great comebacks in division play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nolan takes strike 2. Romo a strike away from sending the Giants to the NLCS.
We've got 2 comebacks in play here. The Giants from 0-2 and the Reds down 6-0 today.
6 years ago, Scott Rowland was robbed by Endy Chavez of a home run. It's the old one.
All in 2 strikes. Romo deals it. Rowland pops it up. That will up in the seats of the Reds dugout. Down the range and a ball and 2 strikes. Scott Rowland said after game 3, I cost my team the game with that play. It was a tough chance. A speedy base runner, but it was an error on Rowland that allowed the go-ahead run to score. That would be the eventual game winner in 10 innings. The Giants won game 3 2-1.
He may have felt that way. No one on his team did. They knew it was a tough play.
And a swing and a miss, and Romo strikes out Rowland. The San Francisco Giants will advance to the NLCS. What a comeback. The first team ever in division play in the National League to overcome a 2-0 deficit and advance to the NLCS. The Giants are alive and well in the postseason of 2012.
Nationals lead the Cardinals 7-5 going into the 9th inning, and Drew Storen, the Nats closer, is in the game, and right now let's send it down to David Aldridge.
Dick, this is his 3rd appearance in 3 days. I asked him last night, are you going to be ready to go if they call on you? He says, look, I will find it from somewhere if they need me tonight. And we will see if he's got 3 outs or Dick.
He earned the win when Worth hit the homer in the bottom of the 9th inning, picked up a save in game 1. So here is Drew Storen, Lance Lynn's high school teammate from Brownsburg High School near Indianapolis. And in game 4, Storen was the winning pitcher and Lance Lynn took the loss. Those are the three that will face Storen, Beltran, Halladay, and Craig in the ninth, Bob.
Fastball, slider, changeup combination from Drew Storen. More sliders to the righties, more changeups to the lefties. And he's a strike thrower. A 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio this season.
Beltran has not been retired tonight. Single and a double and 2 walks and has scored a run. 1-0 to Beltran. Last chance for the Cardinals. Will beat the Braves to get into this division series as the second wild card. 1-1 to Beltran. Drew Storen, who had elbow surgery, 25 years old. Shot to center field. Harper going back, and it's over his head. Bounces off the wall. Beltran, after a bobble, will hold his second. And a leadoff double here in the ninth inning by Carlos Beltran. His 3rd hit of the game and 2nd double.
Beltran just continues to amass big numbers in the postseason offensively. That's a rocket short hopping the fence out there in center field. Even Bryce Harper's speed can't catch up to that one.
Cardinals have a runner in scoring position. And looming large now is that insurance run that the Nats got in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Matt Halladay, who's 1 for 4 with a double and has knocked in 2 runs. Breaking ball, bounce to 3rd. Zimmerman throws out Halladay as Beltran moves to 3rd. 1 out in the ninth.
Every time Ryan Zimmerman throws the ball from 3rd base across the diamond, fans here at Nationals Park hold their breath. There's a lot of issues with that right shoulder. He's going to have some surgery at the end of the season. He's had multiple cortisone shots this year just to be able to go out and play. And that ball leaves his hand. It looks like it's going to go over Adam LaRoche. A lot of sinking action at the very end. Ends up on target.
So Halladay was up as a potential time run at the plate. So was Alan Craig. And the breaking ball is inside. 1-0 to Craig, who is 0 for 3 with a walk. He walked with the bases loaded.
We talked about Kurt Suzuki getting some pitches for his pitchers earlier in the game. He took one away from Drew Storen that time. That slider was all over the strike zone, and Suzuki pushed it right down below the knees.
Craig had 22 home runs and 92 runs batted in during the season. Swings and misses on a fastball from Storen. Nationals trying to hold on and withstand a Cardinals surge after it was 6-0 at one point. Cardinals came to within 6-5 before the Nats got a run in the bottom of the 8th. Beltran at 3rd, breaking pitch, and it's 2-1 to Alan Craig. Yadier Molina on deck for the Redbirds. There he is.
The Nationals really only concerned with the guy at the plate right now. Once again playing in their no doubles defense. Everybody, especially Michael Morrison left, playing very deep.
Two and two.
Well-located fastball, bottom of the kneecaps, outside corner. Not much you can do with that pitch, even if you do make contact.
5 is Craig. Drew Storen, who did not pitch this year until July the 19th. Coming off of that elbow surgery. Cardinals need 2 to tie. Beltran at third with 1 out, 2-2 to Alan Craig, the cleanup hitter. And Craig goes down for the 2nd out of the night.
Wicked slider from Drew Storen. Mentioned fastball slider to the righties. That pounded Craig with some fastballs on that outside corner. Comes back with a slider in the same location, working off the corner of the plate. Swing and a miss from Alan Craig.
So a 2-run lead, 2 out, runner at third, and Yadier Molina coming up. Molina is 0 for 3, walked his last time up. Molina 1 for 5 against Storen. The 1 hit, though, was a home run. One 1-0 inside.
It's the second first pitch slider that Storen has thrown in this inning that looked to be a strike. Just didn't get the call and didn't get a real good job from his catcher receiving the pitch.
Nationals 1 out away from moving on to host the San Francisco Giants. Cardinals have stayed alive admirably the last 2 years in postseason. But they're down to their last out. Foul straight back, and it's 1-1 to Molina. A lot of people didn't think the Cardinals would get this far after losing Albert Pujols, Tony La Russa, and Dave Duncan. The manager and pitching coach combination. And then injuries to Percal and Lance Berkman. But they got to postseason and are in the division series now trying to hang on. 1-1 pitch, 2-1. Cardinals string of 5 consecutive elimination game victories in postseason on the line here. And a foul ball out of play. And now the Cardinals down to their last strike. Keep it going, David Freese. What a man for the Cardinals to have come up here. If Molina can keep it alive. Beltran is at third. 2 out, 2-run lead for the Nationals here in the 9th inning. And ball 4, and Yadier Molina draws the walk, and runners now at first and third, so the tying runs are on the base paths, and David Freese coming to the plate. Yes.
Slider left way up above the top of the strike zone by Drew Storen. 2 bench players available for Mike Matheny. One, Adron Chambers, who has been used as a pinch runner a lot during the second half of the season. The other, his backup catcher, Tony Cruz. Would he pinch run for Yadier Molina? I don't believe so.
And he's not a bad base runner at that. And here is Freese, and grounds the first pitch foul. Freese with 2 hits and 4 trips tonight. And the Cardinals are going to need his postseason exploits that he showed last year to hang in there. 1 strike, 2 outs. Well, these fans are loving it. And a tad nervous. 1-1 to Freeze. Good pitch in on the fist. Freeze getting the fastball and fouls it. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, and again the Cardinals down to their last strike.
Got to be careful in there. David Freeze, a very dangerous hitter from the middle of the plate in. That's where his power is. Most teams, especially in this particular situation, just try to stay away.
Team with the best record in baseball, trying to complete a come-from-behind win in the series against the experienced Cardinals. Check swing, and it's 2-2 as they check with Ed Hickox, the first base umpire on this.
It looked like he was able to hold it back that time. A little bit of indecision. Good slider once again from Drew Storen in a great location when he's ahead in the count. That time Freeze able to check.
First and third, 2 out, 2-run lead, 2-2 to Freeze. Just missing outside, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I'd have to think about holding Yadier Molina on first base right here. Adam LaRoche is going to swing around and play behind him. But Yadier Molina represents the tying run, and as you mentioned, he's a good base runner, not a fast base runner, but a good base runner. I would hold him on first base. Very little chance David Freeze is going to hit a ground ball to the right side.
Payoff pitch with 2 out, and there goes Molina. And ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and the tying runs are in scoring position here in the 9th inning with Daniel Descalso coming up, and he homered his last time. And going out to the mound, Steve McCatty to talk to his closer.
Let's take a look at how Drew Storen attacked David Freeze in that particular at-bat, representing the go-ahead run in this ball game. Starts him with that nasty slider that was fouled away, just misses off the outside corner, misses up and in. That was the pitch the Nationals wanted, that fastball that was well off the outside corner, but wishful thinking on the part of the fans here at Nationals Park. Storen looked like he just didn't want too much to do with Freeze in that particular situation.
And you mentioned Adron Chambers, the speedy pinch runner, and he's going to go in run now for Molina at second, because Chambers is the key runner at second. Bases are loaded. A 2-run lead for the Nats. And Descalso, who has doubled and homered. Homered his last at bat. Coming down to the wire in this game. And there's a ball hit off the glove of Desmond. 2 runs are going to score. The Cardinals will tie it up. Descalso with a sharp ground ball off the glove of Ian Desmond, and we have a new ball game. And the Cardinals coming back and tying the game at 7-7. A base hit for Descalso after homering last inning.
A bullet back up the middle of the field. Desmond able to get a glove on it. Looked like he was a little off balance as he made that dive to his left. Beltran will score easily. The pinch runner Chambers right behind him to tie it up. Wow.
You said it, and you can look at the face of the fans here, anticipating the clincher here and moving on, but the Cardinals never say die. They're never out of it until you actually get them retired and out of it. And here is Cosma, and he takes strike one. Tony Cruz is on deck for the Cardinals, backup catcher. And he would bat in the pitcher spot. Runners at first and third, and a called strike. So the go-ahead run is at third base in David Freese. On at first base is Daniel Descalso. (7-7) the score. It was 6-0 Washington. 5 runs across the plate for the Cardinals, and then the insurance run. There goes the runner from first, and he's in at second base. And all that does is affect a possible force play, as Descalso will be credited with a stolen base. So now second and third, and 1-2 to count to Cosma. Cardinals managing to get 2 runs off of the closer, Drew Story. 1-2 to Cosma, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What a turn of events, Bob Brenly.
I'm telling you. I mean, you get your closer on the mound. You're feeling pretty good about the way things are going. The leadoff double by Beltran, but then 2 quick outs. Fans are on their feet. They're ready to start throwing confetti. And now look at it.
Walks to Molina and Freese before the Sharps single off of Desmond's glove by Descalso. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and a line drive to right field. It's going to be a base hit. 2 runs will score, and the Cardinals take a 9-7 lead. Pete Cosma delivers a 2-run single to right field, and a 9-7 game. 4 runs crossing the plate for the Cardinals here in the ninth.
We alluded to it in the open of the show that perhaps Pete Cosma would be this year's unlikely hero, a la Bucky Dent. I have a feeling there's some National fans that will refer to Pete Cosma with the same adjectives they use for Bucky Dent.
Which we can't say here.
No.
Because this is a family show. And it's 9-7 the score. Cosma knocking in 2 runs, and it could have been Descalso just the same. Both of them unlikely heroes in the bottom third of the order, coming up big for the Cardinals here. And here is Jason Mott batting for himself here. Now we'll look ahead to the Nationals' 9th inning. It'll be the top of the order, Worth, Harper, and Zimmerman. Crowd is stunned, the largest crowd ever to see a game at Nationals Park. Still on their feet, but shocked. 4 runs in for the Cardinals. And the pitch is high, 2-1. Cardinals have scored 6 runs in the last 3 innings. Mott at the plate for the first time this year. And it's out of play. Cardinals relentless in postseason last year, winning the World Championship. And we said there, 5 consecutive elimination games in postseason on the line. Right now on their way to make it 6. And Mott strikes out. 4 runs cross the plate for the Cardinals here in the 9th inning, and they were down in the last strike twice in the 6th game of the World Series last year against Texas. And Jason Worth leading off here against Jason Mott. 0-1 the count to him.
Chambers stays in to play left field after pinch running for Yadier Molina. Tony Cruz takes over behind the plate.
Pop foul out of play, and it's 0-2. Jason Worth 1 for 4 with a double. Nationals scored 3 in the first. Double by Worth, triple by Harper, 2-run homer by Zimmerman. 3 more in the third inning on a couple of home runs. And the Cardinals came back. And here's a pop fly out to shallow right field. Beltran calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. So even with missed opportunities, the Cardinals got back in the game, Bob. They got it to 6-5. And then when the Nationals got the insurance run in the 8th inning, you thought, you know, the damage was done and they could exhale and would sail in, but not the case.
I guess if you're a pessimist, you look at those missed opportunities and say, well, geez, that's going to cost us a ball game. But if you're an optimist, you say, we've had opportunities. We just need that one base hit. And they were able to come up with them there in the 9th.
4 runs coming in, and here's Bryce Harper with a triple and a home run. And 2 runs batted in, and the fouls it off for strike 1. Shocked crowd. They're all on their feet. And this would be an incredible, heartbreaking defeat for this Nationals team that played so well this year. Fastball, and it's strike 2 to Harper. Chases a pitch up in the eyes, and Harper goes down for the 2nd out.
Way out of the strike zone, almost leaves the pitch tracks at 99. Bryce Harper just can't lay off. Overly aggressive in that at bat.
And if the Cardinals hold this 9-7 lead, they will open up the National League Championship Series in San Francisco against the Giants. Ryan Zimmerman takes strike 1. Mott throwing nothing but strikes here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And interesting that the Giants and the Cardinals would match the last 2 world champions. Giants winning in 2010, and of course the Cardinals last year. And the count now 0-2 to Zimmerman. And this throng is deflated, Bob. There's no question about it. This has got to be one of the unfortunate scenes for a home crowd that we've seen in recent years. Foul ball out of play.
I saw the Cardinals take the wind out of the sails of the Astros fans down at Minute Maid Park when Albert Pujols went deep against Brad Lidge. That was the loudest ballpark I had ever been in, and immediately went silent. This took a little bit longer over the course of that top half of the 9th inning, but the enthusiasm that this Nationals crowd had was sorely tested.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zimmerman with 2 outs.
Unusual perspective for Yadier Molina. He's not used to watching.
Zimmerman stays alive. He homered in the first inning. Two-run home run, also has a double.
Well, it almost seems appropriate that the hopes of the National fans are riding on Ryan Zimmerman. He is unquestionably the face of this Nationals organization. All-time career leader in every important offensive category for the Nationals.
One and two pitch, and it's popped up. Descalso on the outfield grass makes the catch, and the Cardinals head to their 7th NLCS since 2000. And reminiscent of the scene last year in Philadelphia when the Cardinals beat the Phillies in Game 5. And ultimately winning the World Series as a wild card team. And this time they were the second wild card team and beat the Braves to get into this division series. An incredible comeback with 4 runs in the 9th inning, and the Cardinals defeat the Nationals 9-7 and win the series 3-2.
Bottom of the 10th here at Miller Park. New pitcher on for the Diamondbacks as this game is tied up at 2. J.J. Putz takes over on the mound for David Hernandez, who went 2 innings in this one, struck out 2.
He's been in 2 games. He's been sharp. Gave up only 1 hit, 1 walk. Surprisingly, no strikeouts yet. And he'll face Craig Counsell leading off the inning. And as bad a season as Craig Counsell had, he almost ran into one in Phoenix the other night, almost hit it out.
This will be his first plate appearance of this game. Came on as a defensive replacement in the 9th inning. The Brewers have gotten one of their starters up, Zach Greinke. Begins to loosen. Axford done after 2 innings. The first pitch is a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes.
I remember when the Brewers went to their defensive team and there's Greinke and Girardi. They took Weeks out and they took Hart out.
Putz delivers a strike. Evens a count at 1-1. As a pinch hitter this year, 178 average for Craig Counsell. This one pulled to right field, Upton. Back a couple of steps, makes the catch, 1 out. Squared it up and right to the right fielder. That'll bring up Carlos Gomez for his first plate appearance. He came on in the 8th inning, taking over in center field. Nigel Morgan shifting over to right and putting Corey Hart on the bench.
They had a big night in Game 4 with a single and a homer, 2 RBIs.
Goldschmidt playing way in at first base and off the line. They wanted an appeal, did not go. 1-0.
As good a free swinger as this guy is, a little surprising defensive alignment. He doesn't have good speed. He does.
Burrow's just about even with the bag at third. Now creeping in as Gomez pulls on the left field of base hit. Putz delivered a pitch up in the strike zone, and it's a 1-out knock for Gomez. That'll bring up Nigel Morgan.
This guy just continues to say, put me in there. Finished the season on a big note in the last 3 games of the regular season. Had a big night in Game 4. And a 1-out pinch hit single here in the 10th. he can fly. Got to keep an eye on him. 16 stolen bases in the regular season. He stole a base in Game 4 too.
Nyjer Morgan at the plate, a 1-for-4 game, had a double and a run scored in the fourth. 2 for 15 in the series. Burrow playing in near the cut of the grass at third.
Hits though for the Brewers on the day. They come at good times though when they've been given some walks and some hit batsmen to help put runners on base.
Morgan showing bunt. The pitch is down low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Even if he wasn't intending to bunt, that was a good idea. Just to draw the infield in a step or so, cut down on their range.
Quick throw to first base. Gomez diving back in.
A lot of pressure on the Arizona defense now because of the speed at first and the speed at the plate. Henry Blanco also a terrific throwing catcher. But gives him a chance in case Gomez steals.
Throughout 8 of 21. Limited time behind the plate this year.
He and Montero, the best combo among any team.
Outfield straight around against Morgan. Gomez takes off. And the ball gets away from Blanco. Gomez went sliding into second base. For a moment there, it looked like as Morgan had the bat out there, that maybe he had made contact with it, but Blanco just whipped on the baseball. That had to score position.
It happens a lot, Victor, when you know the guy's going to show bunt and you pull the bat back. I was with you. I thought maybe he had foul tipped it. But Blanco coming out of the blocks too fast. Forgot one thing, and that was to catch the baseball.
Gomez gets credited with a stolen base. The winning run in scoring position with 1 out here in the 10th. Nyjer Morgan with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Correa and left, Young at center, both playing shallow. Upton pretty much straight up in right field. The 1-1 from Butts. Slap foul. And it's 1-2.
Nyjer Morgan drives in that run and wins this ball game. He'll go from Tony Plush to Tony Lush. He'll own this town.
And we'll all know about it. The 1-2 down to the dirt, blocked by Blanco. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You're in a tough spot here if you're J.J. Butts. You've got 1 out, and you've got a base open, but you don't want to put this guy on to get to Braun and Fielder. You'd like to have that luxury of having a base open with 2 outs and then work to Braun. So they're not trying to just go in and out, up and down on Nyjer Morgan here. They're trying to get him out at the risk of him getting a hit.
2-2. Morgan base hit up the middle. Gomez is going to be waved around. The throw to the plate. Not in time, and the Brewers advance to the National League Championship Series.
Nigel Morgan to make it out. They didn't want to have to pitch to Braun, and Fielder with one out. And Nigel Morgan made him pay. And he may never have a better day. Here's the pitch. Fastball out over the plate, up the middle. And with Gomez's speed, there's no chance for Chris Young. Mound even slowed it down. Our camera having a hard time staying still because this stadium was already rocking.
Morgan with his second hit of the game and his second run batted in. Came into this game 1 for 11 with 2 RBIs, and he delivers big time in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Well, you can see Roberto Osuna is taking over here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Both closers now are in the ball game. Wade Davis for Kansas City. We will wait and see if he goes back out there. Odds are he will, but who knows? And here is Osuna. And now we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck, Harold Reynolds, Tom Bertucci. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out as we go through these the next inning and a half. And I think when you look at, first of all, how baseball handled it, they nailed it. I mean, they got the forecast. It was dead on. They pulled the tarp on. They got everybody off the field. Everybody went inside. They thought it'd be about a 40-minute delay. That's where we are. And now we'll see which team can scratch out a run here before regulation is over, if that does indeed happen.
Well, the first thing I think about is Osuna. Remember the blowout game? He came in and Morales hit the big home run and got a chance. We're coming to the order now. Kane, Hosmer, Morales, Moustakas, who got a look at him already. And I'm always big on the fact that you get a chance to see a guy and right back, particularly closers. You don't get to see them as often as you do starters. There's the home run from Morales in Toronto the other day. And that was a blowout game, but those were big ABs. And I think that applies right now.
Well, I love the way John Gibbons has managed these elimination games. And you can't just throw Sanchez back out there after 40 minutes and hope he's okay. You rush your best arm into the game, hoping to get 6 outs if this game gets extended. And yes, then hand the ball to Marcus Stroman, who was lined up to start a Game 7.
I think the interesting point with Stroman, too, is once he warms up, you're almost saying goodbye to tomorrow. You don't know what kind of stuff he's going to get.
Well, we're a long way from that. Right now, it's Roberto Osuna, the 20-year-old, who takes over after the 2-run shot by Jose Bautista tied it in the top of this 8th inning. About 45 minutes later, here we are, heart of the order for the Royals, up 3-2. 3-3 in the 8th. Kane ready to swing, and 97 from Osuna, strike 1.
They don't play around, do they? I mean, let's go stretch, get loose. Here's 97, and oh, by the way, you're swinging at the first pitch. I mean, we're back playing.
One ball, one strike.
That's the way they pitched Kane the entire series. Away. His power inside and especially down. Opposite field, he's a singles hitter.
And that ball right there is the one he shot through between first and second. Big gaping hole over there. And he's shot the ball through there already. The one thing about Lorenzo Cain, he will take the single. And the beauty of a guy like this, he can run. He'll score on a gap. So it's not like he's going to clog the bases.
The outfield is telling you the way they're going to pitch him. Bautista's shaded over towards the line and right.
The numbers are fantastic for Roberto Osuna. Everybody fixates on his age. He's allowed just the 1 run, and that was the home run we showed you, hit by Kendrys Morales back in Toronto. He has been lights out. That just missed. Full count. Osuna's allowed just 1 base runner in his first 6 appearances in the postseason.
Well, he shook to the changeup. That's a great take by Kane.
Oh, he's got to think 97's coming right now. How about that? I marvel at the arms we've seen throughout the postseason, obviously all year with Major League Baseball, but it's gone to another level with some of the starters we've seen, like Volquez hitting that high radar gun as well.
Another 3-2 pitch. Kane. What a rip.
Power versus power. I don't think you flourish around with anything else. You got to come right back at it.
I agree. You have to be stubborn here. As long as you keep the ball away.
Slider.
Leadoff man is on.
That's hard for me to look at right there.
I'm with you. Don't like it at all.
When you're throwing 97, 98, and you shake to a slider, I just don't see it. The respect for the heater is not there. They're not going to hit it, square it up that often. And he goes to the slider, he misses with it down.
And you're looking for a chase because you don't want to throw the 3-2 slider in the zone. That's too hittable.
Now attention to Kane at first, the go-ahead run. And he pulls the string on Hosmer. Hosmer 0 for 3 tonight. That was against Price. He's off the hook. 6 2/3 for David. 3 runs, 5 hits. 8 strikeouts, a walk.
Last year we saw the Royals really put a lot of pressure with the run game. We haven't seen it a whole lot. That's been the difference, I think, in their lineup. They snuck one out before. Remember the hit and run they had with Hosmer running? That would have been a double play ball. And they stole a couple bags, but nothing like last year.
Rios stole one tonight against Price. 2-1.
He's getting himself in situations where he has to throw the fastball.
Big swing, 2-2. 97 from Osuna.
I mean, and that's a fastball that Hosmer knows is coming. He's sitting 2-1. You're throwing him off-speed pitches. He knows the fastball's coming. It's that good that he can't catch up to it. That's why I didn't like the pitch to Kane, and I think you got to come back with it here.
Well, that foul ball gets him back into count. Now he can go back to the changeup.
That's into right field. This ball is down. Going to third is Kane. Holding at first. Now Kane coming to the plate. Royals lead. He can fly.
Going to be a great play by Bautista. Again, another changeup, which we'll talk about another time. But it looks like it's a great play by Bautista. He's going to cut off a double. But in this situation, you got to throw it in and let the first baseman redirect it because you have Lorenzo Cain. Now, he did this against the Astros when the center fielder fell down on a ground ball to center and he continued on. So you got to know the aggressiveness. And right there, Jersley not hesitate and send him all the way around.
Yeah, but how about doing that with nobody out?
Think about what we just saw. Nobody out, a single to right field. He scores from first base, and he was not running on the pitch. Amazing.
Now Morales, nobody out in front. I mean, that was breathtaking to watch.
He was flying. Mike Jersley did an unbelievable job, the third base coach. He's reading the throw. Bautista spins and comes back with this throw. Right here, he's sending it. There's no way you're going to redirect and get it.
Here's one into center off the bat of Morales. And it's 2 on with nobody out.
Joe, I was saying before this half inning, I was concerned that they got a chance to see him in the blowout game. It is advantage hitter when you get a chance to see that pitcher in such a short turnaround time, particularly a guy out of the bullpen.
Now Gore is going to come in and run for Morales. Meanwhile, this is the second time, as you look at this one into center field, Lorenzo Cain has scored from first on a Hosmer single in the postseason. As Harold mentioned, it happened in the Division Series Game 5 against the Astros. He did it then with 1 out. He does it here, trying to win the pennant with nobody out. And Tulowitzki, the relay man, who's got a great arm.
Yeah, Hosmer influences his throw by taking the wide turn. Watch Goins. He's not sure where to set up, so now the ball cannot be cut all the way to second. And once Jersley sees that ball on a long flight from the corner to second base, keep going, baby.
I mean, honestly, you can't fault the defense. That's just a great call by the third base coach. Bautista cut it off to a strike because you're thinking it's going to be a double. You just cut him down.
Now Moustakas, who's had a nice night, a homer, a single, and a run scored. But remember Jersley. And remember how the World Series ended last year in Game 7. And people wondering as Mark Lowe gets loose. Here comes a 1-0. Moustakas takes down. It was a base hit and then an error in center on a ball hit by Alex Gordon in the 9th inning last year with 2 out. And the conversation that followed was, well, they should have just sent Gordon because Salvador Perez fouls out to end the World Series. He had no chance to score Gordon on that ball in left center field. Jersley has been waving home Cain twice this postseason brilliantly. But no time bigger than tonight as the count's gone to 3-0 on Moustakas.
He was absolutely right in Game 7 last year and absolutely right tonight. And let's remember, too, Cain, he can't send him if Cain is just satisfied going first to third. That's what I love about this Kansas City team. Aggressiveness at bat, but on the bases, never satisfied with one base, always looking for more.
What a great point, Tom. You give the guy a read by running hard at third by Cain.
Moustakas swinging on 3-0. It's 3-1.
You know, I'm watching Osuna on the other side, going to that changeup and just put himself in trouble. The changeup to Hosmer he hits. Now fall behind in counts where they're able to feast on that fastball.
And the 3-2 slider to Cain, which started it.
Here comes a 3-1 to Moustakas. Got under it. Skies it to Bautista and right, and the runners will stay put.
Loud pop-up right there.
But let's say this. Here's Toronto with their closer on the mound. Now it's 2 on 1 out. You keep this a 1-run game. And John Gibbons will say, okay, well, now let's see what Wade Davis has an hour later after he pitched in the top of this 8th inning, going back out for the 9th.
Absolutely. That's what they have to be thinking about. And he's been sitting there a while. You're right. Keep it here. And I think you got a guy at the plate that you can get a double play ball and get out of the inning with.
Careful first pitch.
Perez.
Slider right there.
Strike two.
I know 40 minutes is a long time to sit, but I got to think Wade Davis has been through this before. Maybe not out of the bullpen, but as a starter, he's sat before. And, you know, we so often we forget the experiences guys have had through the minor leagues and everything else to get to this point.
Well, it'll be over an hour by the time he gets back out there.
It's a long wait.
Here's the 0-2. Perez grounds one to short. Can they turn it? Out at second and got them both. And this is a one-run game going into the 9th inning. And what a job by Roberto Osuna to keep it a one-run game. Just enormous. And now the question is, Wade Davis, who last threw a pitch in the game at 10 o'clock straight up, is on the mound a few minutes after 11.
Talked about Davis on 5 days of rest. Now what's important, a little more than an hour of rest after getting hot.
Bottom three in the order for Toronto. Now would be a good time for the Blue Jays to see Russell Martin get his first hit. Here's a fly ball into center. It is his first hit. And the leadoff man is on here in the 9th inning for the Blue Jays.
These teams never quit. You can't predict what's going to happen.
And now Pompey is going to come in and run for Russell Martin.
That ball fooled Kane a little bit. I'm not sure he could have got there, but that was off the end of the bat with a big swing. He reacted first by stepping back. Watch the reaction to read from Kane. Playing deep anyway, playing no doubles.
That's a tough one to read, regardless for the outfielder.
Well, now the tying run is on. Dalton Pompey, who can really run. Running for Russell Martin. Kevin Pillar up. Moustakas in at third. There he goes. Throw down Perez. Not in time. Stolen base in a blink.
What a money bag. And again, the element of surprise. I don't think anybody anticipated going, look, Davis has got a high leg kick. He's going to deliver his pitch. And I love the aggressiveness. Dalton Pompey, straight steal. Not thinking about anything but getting that bag. That is a money bag.
Absolutely. Had plenty of time to script this out. Hey, if Russell gets on, you're running. And we can run on Davis early in a count.
Now the home plate umpire is out. Looking at something. Alcides Escobar is
checking the rosin on his pants or something.
I don't know. A little quick talk with second base umpire Laz Diaz. Tying run at second, nobody out. Nothing in one to count on Pillar. 0 for 2 tonight. But he has been a hot hitter over the last 20 games. One ball, one strike. Hochevar, the right-hander, getting ready for the Royals in their bullpen. Chased it, strike two.
He's taking an opposite field approach here. And Davis taking advantage of that by running the cutter farther outside.
There's Hochevar. But right now it's Wade Davis and Kevin Pillar, who at the very least wants to advance the runner. Tying run at second, nobody out. From Wade Davis, and as we said, even though he's had the 1 hour layoff in this game, he last worked in this series on Saturday. So well rested.
I can't help but figure how different the game is. We don't move runners anymore.
Here's a 1-2. Set up inside, didn't get the corner. 2-2.
You know, the Royals had a first and second situation when Moustakas flew out, didn't move him. Pompey steals a bag, don't move it.
Runner goes. No throw. And no swing at the plate. Now the tying run is 90 feet away. And the pinch runner, Dalton Pompey, has stolen 2 bases here in the ninth.
How gutsy is that? You're in scoring position, but not being settled with that. Still in the bag at third.
Well, he saw enough pitches from second where Davis would look and then go home, and he picked up the pattern.
Now a 3-2 pitch to Pilar. Foul back here. Infield is in for the play at the plate. Deoner Navarro is in the on-deck circle. He'll have to enter in the bottom of this inning after they pinch ran for Russell Martin. What a call that was with Dalton Pompey. He's at third. Another 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. First and third, nobody out.
Well, we're clearly seeing the effect of the layoff for Davis. Not only hasn't pitched in a while, but he has not been sharp, and particularly now with the hour layoff. That's the first thing that goes is command. We're seeing it. Stuff's there, got a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, but the location and being able to put the ball where he wants is the difference right now.
Now it's Navarro.
Now the Royals trying to hedge their bets here defensively. Infield in on left side, but you still have to honor a potential stolen base by Pilar. You just can't concede that base.
And the way they're set up, you got to run right away if you're Pilar. They're not going to be able to defend it from how they're set up. No way.
This series, 1 steal. He's 1 for 1.
When you look at the infielders, you got the shortstop over in the hole, and the second baseman there. In order for them to go, they have to vacate a spot, and you're not in a position angle-wise to be able to cover a ground ball if one's hit. I don't think they're going to defend the throw.
Navarro. Ball 1 inside.
I'm with you. You're certainly not going to see a slide step out of Wade Davis either.
The 1-0. Good rip by Navarro. Meanwhile, Pompey, the runner at third. 2 steals in this inning. And 4 for 4. The stolen base department this postseason. That is a weapon off the bench.
Well, the steal at third. Okay, I see the 1 to second. The steal at third I did not see coming. That was brilliant.
The 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2.
He didn't stop right there. That's why the bench is going crazy, because he did not stop his motion. That's a quick pitch, and that should have been a balk. Watch Wade Davis come up to deliver. He does not stop. He's coming back, and you got to give some kind of stop more than I thought he did.
You're right. The bench reacted. So did the third base coach. Now a 1-2. There goes Pilar. Struck him out. One away. But down to second is Pilar with the infield in. 1 down.
The danger with that is if he hits the ball at somebody, you get a double play. They had that open early. They didn't do anything different on that pitch than they did previously. Here's the strikeout, but they were defending it to give him second base the whole time.
It is a stolen base for Pilar. That's 3 steals in this 9th inning.
Now you have to think about Revere, his ability to drop a bunt. Not a fly ball hitter where you really think of a guy being able to hit the sacrifice fly. More of a ground ball hitter. Infield in, might be tough to score Pompey with a ground ball.
Infield way in. Ball one outside.
I'm not thinking about bunting here. I'm thinking about picking up 2 runs with 1 swing. He hits a sharp ground ball through the infield. You got the lead.
Again, Alex Gordon in left field, the best arm. All good arms across. Alex Gordon, exceptional in left.
Two and 0. On deck is Donaldson. First base open. Revere 2 hits in this game. Strike 1.
Nice pitch right there, a little 2-0 slider. I'm sure that Revere was not thinking that was coming his direction, that's for sure.
Strike 2. And Revere can't believe it.
Well, most leadoff guys are looking fastball and adjust, so he's not fooled by the pitch. And that ball's up and out a little bit for him.
It was 2-0. Now it's 2-2. Second and third, 1 out. 2 out.
Well, Joey threw the 2-0 slider, so he's thinking strikeout. Then the 2-1, that's the pitch he doesn't like, that's up and out. That changed the whole at-bat. He's sitting 3-1, and now you go 2-2. He comes back with a nasty hook to get you. Davis had to think strikeout that whole at-bat, and that call on the 2-1 pitch changed the whole AB.
And Revere is taking it to a trash can. Now it's Donaldson. Second and third. 2 out. Ball 1. The offense for the Blue Jays waits on deck. Jose Bautista.
Donaldson 1 for 7 with 4 strikeouts against Wade Davis.
The Blue Jays are 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position in this game. 2 sitting out there for Donaldson. The 1-0. The Blue Jays had the tying run at third and nobody out. Navarro struck out. Second and third, 1 out. Revere struck out. Second and third, 2 out. And a 1-1 coming to Donaldson after a timeout. George Brett checking his ticker and his pulse. Here's a 1-1. Boy, this would be some win for Wade Davis. Sitting there for an hour plus. There'd be some comeback by the Blue Jays if Donaldson can find one against Wade Davis. Here comes a 2-1. Left side. Moustakas. Royals win the pennant. Houston, top of the 5th. Bird, Castro, Hicks against Charlie Morton. And a big difference with his stuff, the results compared to game 3. That's into the corner off the bat of Bird. And Greg Bird is going to dig for second. Throw there is too late. Bird's got a double. First extra base hit of the night for New York.
Well, this game plan that has helped Charlie Morton to this point. 36 pitches coming in, but an aggressive style for the Yankees. Unlike him, but their style and approach tonight is we're going to attack. We're going to attack early. Only one batter has seen more than 4 pitches in any plate appearance, and that was Gardner in the 3rd inning.
Here's Castro. Ball 1 high. Ken Rosenthal.
Joe, this is the danger zone with Charlie Morton. His performance declined dramatically his 2nd and 3rd time through the order this season. He's about halfway through the 2nd time. The Astros have been banking outs behind him, but they'll be watching him carefully right now.
Tying run at second with nobody out. All 2-0. Nobody up right now for Houston in their bullpen. Joe Girardi has said it multiple times. This team just doesn't like to do it the easy way. They battled in the AL East. They lost the division by 2 games to Boston. They had to play the wild card game. They got behind in that game. Came back and won. They got down 2 games to nothing in a best-of-5 series against the Indians and won 3 straight, including Game 5 on the road. They got up in this series 3 games to 2 after winning all 3 games at home, but lost last night. And now they trail in Game 7, 1-0. A young team that somehow tested through this Pacific postseason.
But I can assure you this, whoever is not fortunate enough to win this game, their team, the losing team, and both these teams for the most part, they're going to be back. Both these teams are built for a nice run in the next 3 years.
Castro, 2-1 the count. That's a foul ball. Yeah, the Astros are, well, they were aiming for 2017, and it happened, and they're 1 win away from the World Series. The Yankees maybe a little ahead of schedule, but they are loaded with talent at the big league level and in the minor leagues.
Now for Charlie Morton right here, he would love a swing and a miss. If nothing else, he wants Castro to pull the baseball and get it out and not allow Bird to get the 3rd with less than 2 outs.
Struck him out. 1 away.
That was one of the better sliders of the night. He's got the curveball and he's got a tighter slider. He just can't hold up on a pitch like that. So difficult for Castro because he sees it out of the hand as, oh, that's going to be a strike, and then that's double ball.
The Astros are getting great work from Charlie Morton. The Yankees are asking for something out of Aaron Hicks. 2 for 23 in this series without an RBI. Bird does not have great foot speed out at second base, so that's a big deal to not advance him. Strikeout by Castro.
3 great pitches and 3 great takes. As a hitter with a base open, and Frazier on deck as a right-hander, Charlie was hoping that Hicks would get aggressive, and he hasn't. So you can't give in to the 3-0 count here, that's for sure.
See if Hicks cuts it loose on 3-0, and now McCann is summoned to the halfway spot between the mound and the plate. Pretty good indication of what A.J. Hinch and Brent Strom think of the pitching of Charlie Morton, and nobody's even up in their bullpen. And right as I say that, somebody just stood up out there to see if they start to get loose. Will Harris. Pitch to Hicks. That's going to get away, and Bird goes to third on the ball to Hicks to send him to first with a walk. So now Todd Frazier. We give you StatCast against Morton in Game 3, flipping it out to right. StatCast powered by Amazon Web Services. And then a ball he hit last night off Verlander with 2 on in a 3-0 game. It traveled 408 feet. He got that into right and left. And this 400-plus foot shot to deep left center that stays in the park.
Yeah, this series could have easily swung differently. When you think about those 2 swings, the 3-run homer propelled the Yankees to turn the series around. And then last night, it looked like the Yankees were in position with that home run, but it didn't because it went to the deepest part of the park.
It's a wild pitch on that ball 4. Send Bird to third, tying run. Runner at first is Hicks. Ball 1 to Frazier.
Now the Yankees have put some stress on Morton. Up until this point, it's been pretty stress-free.
Good fastball at 96, strike 1. Said it plenty of times. Todd Frazier, Toms River, New Jersey. Little League World Series hero. Traded to the Yankees from the White Sox in July. What an opportunity he has in front of him here. And he chops 1 to third. Bird to the plate. The throw home is in time. 2 out. What a play by Bregman.
What a play by McCann. I thought this was a bad decision live, but the throw was so perfect. And McCann's ability to catch the ball right at the point of his foot. This is unreal. There's no way they're going to turn 2, so Bregman takes a chance. And to this point, the chance paid off. Wow.
Perfect throw that leads the glove right into the left foot of Greg Bird. Just a brilliant defensive play by Bregman and McCann. And now it's 2 on, 2 out, and the Astros maintain their lead.
Wow, I mean, that is split second stuff. And the only way you can make that play is you got to pre-think about it and play it in your head. And as soon as it was chopped, he knew exactly what to do, but he had to make a perfect throw, and he did.
It's the second time Bird's been thrown out at the plate in this ALCS. Now Headley.
Strike 1. Yeah, you talked about the foot speed, and no one can blame Bird. He's coming off of that injury. So you know he was going on the crack of the bat and giving it his best effort.
Headley trying to save this inning for New York. He has seen a steady diet of back foot breaking balls in this series against Houston pitching.
And he's done a great job staying off of him for the most part since he's gotten hot. Staying up the middle with the fastball and looking for one breaking ball that hangs. letting him know he doesn't think that's a strike. And that great change-up movement. McCann does a nice job with the presentation, but Headley telling the umpire it's low.
Charlie Morton trying to pitch around a leadoff double in this fifth. There's that pitch again, taken down and in, 2-2. Steps up. In the last 4 games, Chase Headley is 7 out of 13 as he stands in there now with a tying run at second. To the right side, Altuve, a long way to go. Gets it, throws it, got it. Charlie Morton threw 5 shutout innings. A play at the plate with Bregman and McCann. And this keeps the lead in Game 7. 9th inning now of Game 7. Houston leading 4-0. Lance McCullers Jr. back to work. Strike 1 on Didi Gregorius. McCullers trying to go 4 innings here tonight. That's foul. If the Astros win here, this will be the 5th time the home team has won every game in a best-of-7 series postseason history. The last time it happened, the Astros were on the short end. The Cardinals beat them 4-3 in the 04 NLCS. The 0-2, 1-1. Gary Sanchez 1 for 3 tonight.
Really don't need signs, do you? Just keep throwing the curveball.
Fans don't want to hear it right now because A, who knows how this game ends, and B, we're within 1 win of the World Series. This has been a great year for the New York Yankees. Ahead of schedule, they're loaded. I mean, coming out of spring training, they didn't know what Aaron Judge was going to be. They didn't know that they had an all-star in Luis Severino. Tanaka's been terrific this postseason. Full year for the guy at the plate. Sanchez hit 33 home runs. They got Bird healthy. I mean, there is nothing but bright days ahead for this very, very loaded young team.
Oh, absolutely. And it's been a fantastic year. And it still has, obviously, 2 outs left in it, but this team is grinding together.
A foul tip keeps Sanchez alive as McCann can't hang on.
And honestly, what the Astros went through to get here was 5 painful years. The Yankees haven't had painful years. They've been built for every year. It just happened to be a little ahead of the curve in what their rebuild was in 1 year.
McCullers is 1 out away from his first career save. The Astros are 1 out away from their first AL pennant, second pennant in franchise history. Franchise that dates back to 1962. Greg Bird, 2 out, bases empty, ball 1.
This crowd has been unreal. Standing the entire game, basically.
Now McCullers is going to ask for a different baseball. His heart's got to be racing. Game 7 facing team his dad pitched for. One out away from a save in Game 7. Bird into center. Springer says he's got it. The Houston Astros win the pennant. Charlie Morton and Lance McCullers Jr. combining on a 3-hit shutout in Game 7.
Unconventional? Yes, but that's what the Astros have been. A.J. Hinch has done a great job. And the Astros were built for 2017. They'll be given a chance by going to the World Series.
Well, we're in the city of monuments. Something monumental happened. Yeah, Clayton Kershaw just threw 110 pitches 2 days ago. He's in the bullpen now, guys, and he's got his spikes on.
He ain't throwing. You serious? No way. That's your $200 million horse, and he's getting ready.
Just remember this.
Wow.
Bryce Harper due up second. Harper is 4 for 11 against Kenley Jansen. He is 2 for 20 against Clayton Kershaw.
Ruiz down on strikes.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Well, he's not throwing for show.
No, if he's throwing, he's coming in. He's not out there just warming up. That's amazing, considering what he did the other day.
Jansen already has thrown more pitches than he ever has as a closer.
I'm bringing home. Wait.
Wow. Corey Seager 0 for 4 tonight. Clayton Kershaw with 1 save in his professional career. 2006 with the Gulf Coast League Dodgers. His first year in the minor leagues.
All right. I love this guy. This is his whole attitude. This is a big play right here.
And the catch is made by Stephen Drew in foul territory for out number 2.
Do or die, win or go home. Randy Johnson in 2001. Guy named Madison Bumgarner in 2014. The ace warming up in the bullpen with the season on the line.
Started game 1. Started game 4 on short rest. Here's Justin Turner, drove in the 3rd and 4th Dodger runs. Back in the 7th inning with a 2-out triple, giving Los Angeles a 4-1 lead. Nationals with Turner, Harper, and Worth due up in the bottom of the 9th.
This is a big half inning. If you can keep the game at 1, it changes the whole inning. And the Dodgers trying to tack on, and this is why it's so important. Melancon got 2 quick outs. If he can hold us at 1, we got an interesting bottom half coming our way.
The 0-1 to Turner. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Clayton Kershaw warming up in the Dodgers pen. Dodgers looking to close out the Nationals and win their
first postseason series since 2013. 37 pitches already tonight. As Tom mentioned, his career high is 42 back in 2011. Full post-game coverage coming up from our studio in Los Angeles with Kevin Burkhardt, Alex Rodriguez, Pete Rose, Frank Thomas, and Dontrell Willis. Kershaw in the Dodger pen. Harper on deck. Trey Turner at the plate. 1 for 4. Retired by Jansen. First batter he faced back in the 7th inning. Turner flying to right.
Well, I think it's interesting, Tom, that Kershaw's out there. You get him up, he's got to come in.
Well, he has to come in, especially if Turner gets on base, because that's 2 stolen bases waiting to happen with Jansen. But more importantly, the matchup against Harper.
All out. Went a long ways to get close to that ball. Yeah, Harper may as well just not even worry about thinking about hitting Jansen. That's who you're getting.
A 1-1 to Trey Turner. 1-2.
Always want the leadoff hitter, of course, but Trey Turner represents a very different dynamic with his speed.
A 1-2 from Jansen. Turner strikes out. The throw from Ruiz, 1 away.
Almost hear the gears turning in the mind of Dave Roberts right there. Turner had reached. I'm sure Kershaw would have been in the game.
Harper a single off Jansen to the 7th.
And you still got the matchup with Murphy if it gets to that point.
4 for 10 lifetime against Kenley Jansen.
I was almost convinced. I was convinced they were going to bring Kershaw in to face Harper.
One out, bottom of the 9th inning.
If Bryce Harper's going to beat Kenley Jansen, he's going to have to beat him on that fastball away, I would think. I wouldn't flirt with the cutter inside.
You should take the same approach. Cutters away, take it away. Bryce's speed, the difficulty of Jansen being slow to the plate, that's almost as good as a double.
Well, he's going to take one swing to try to tie this thing up with a 1-0 count.
A 1-0 from Jansen. Ball 2. 2-0. Ball 3.
Green light? Absolutely. Yes. You got to trust that he can handle his zone and know what he's looking for and get one and try to tie it.
The 3-0 from Jansen. Missing high, ball 4. A one-out walk.
Saw the sign, Dave Roberts. One more.
No, they don't want Harper to run.
Might as well deliver the message in person. Kenley Jansen sailing in choppy waters, uncharted waters he's never been in. You see the pitch count at 45. Never been there in his major league career.
Well, this is a tough conversation because you've got to hold Bryce Harper in this situation here.
Kershaw is the only one throwing in the bullpen. And Jason Worth has very good numbers against Kershaw. 13 out of 40 with 2 home runs at the .325 batting average.
Well, it didn't get much better when Murphy faced him either, because Murphy hit 2 home runs off him last year as a Met in the postseason.
Bryce Harper on at first. 1 out. Bottom of the 9th inning. Jason Worth has not put the ball in play tonight. 3 strikeouts, a walk. Thrown out at the plate. With the Nationals leading 1-0 in the 6th inning.
Kenley's on fumes right now. You can tell. Not much on the velocity. And the first thing that goes is location when a pitcher gets tired.
Jason Worth with the most prominent home run in Nationals postseason history. A walk-off in Game 4 against the Cardinals back in the 2012 National League Division Series. At the plate with Washington trailing by a run.
Keep him back for a little extra.
Harper bluffed the 1-1, missing low and away, ball 2.
Yeah, I think he was going to go. Kenley went a little faster. Normally he'll rock and take that long windup, and he was a little bit quicker that time, and Harper with a good stop. You want to make sure he gives you the long windup where you know you're going to be walking into second, basically. No need to force it. You still got 2 power bats at the plate before you coming up with Worth and then Murphy.
See the no doubles defense playing extremely deep. But the Harper at bat, now this Worth at bat, Kenley Jansen has really started to show his strain. Wobbling. Looks like a vehicle with 1 flat tire, just trying to get there.
Goes the 2-1, fouled off to the right side, 2-2.
He had that back too. That was the one. He rocked back a little longer, knowing he's got to throw a strike. Got a great jump.
That's Kenley Jansen, man. I mean, 90% success rate. Got to take the bag.
You can't fault the hitter there. You already got 1 strike.
Gotta be careful here if you run with 2 strikes. Line drive, and your season's over.
Bad run, you're thrown out.
2 missing away.
Pitch by pitch, you can see the attrition on Kenley Jansen. The faces of October. Strain written in capital letters.
Good play right here, 3-2. Again, that whole strike him out, throw him out scenario. Also maybe taking the bat out of Murphy's hands.
Harper goes, payoff pitch from Jansen, low away, ball 4. 2 consecutive walks. Nationals have first and second with 1 out. And here comes Dave Roberts. He calls through the bullpen for Clayton Kershaw.
Well, I had him written down in my notes, and I didn't think it was going to be coming into play.
We'll keep it right here as Kershaw heads in from the Dodger pen. Kenley Jansen retired 7 Nationals. Back-to-back walks to Harper and Worth as Kershaw heads to the mound from the Dodger pen.
Now, how different is a Game 5 or a Game 7 scenario? You see Jansen in the 7th, and now you got Clayton Kershaw coming in. That's how things get in these type of games. We've set records for bullpen use. It's been a combination of things happening. This has been a wild series.
Well, the season started way back in the heat of Florida and Arizona in February. 167 games later, we get Daniel Murphy, an MVP candidate, against Clayton Kershaw, 3-time Cy Young Award winner.
Jansen exits for Kershaw. Regular season plus postseason. This will be his 6th career relief appearance. The last back in the 2009 NLCS against the Phillies. Clayton Kershaw started game 1 for the Dodgers. Went 5 innings. 6 2/3 on short rest in game 4. Dodgers winning both of his starts by 1 run.
This is a gutsy move just because he pitched in game 4.
Well, I'm sure it's a gutsy move that Clayton Kershaw wanted. I'm available. You saw him try to gut through the 7th inning of his last start, running that pitch count up, as you said, Kenny, on short rest to 110. Watched the first 8 innings of this game in the dugout, and then took that walk to the bullpen with purpose.
2 on, 1 out. Daniel Murphy will step in to face Clayton Kershaw. And it was Murphy, the last left-handed batter to go deep against Kershaw. That was his 2nd home run against Kershaw in last year's National League Division Series. This is game 1 at Dodger Stadium. And then Daniel Murphy did it again at Citi Field in game 4.
Overall, a .333 hitter against Kershaw. 8/24.
You know, it was interesting watching Kershaw today. He was behind the cage watching guys hit. Then he went out to shortstop. And he almost looked like he knew he was going to have an opportunity to get in this game. The last pitch he threw in warm-ups, he dropped down to the side. Maybe something Murphy has not seen from him yet. A new pitch he developed this summer. Used to use it in high school.
Kershaw, the 6th Dodger pitcher of the night. 2 on, 1 out. Dodgers lead by a run, bottom of the 9th. with the pitcher spot due up next. Wilmer Defoe has come out into the on-deck circle. There's Kenley Jansen, who worked 2 1/3. Came out of the 7th inning. Back-to-back walks issued by Kenley Jansen, and now Ruiz out for a visit with Kershaw.
Tying run at second base. No longer the deep, no doubles prevent defense. Danger is a ball in the gap over the head to end the game in the wrong direction for Los Angeles.
This combination of Ruiz and Kershaw, I'm sure they haven't played together a whole lot. He hasn't been with the Dodgers that long. They're getting those signs right.
The 1-0 to Murphy, and he pops it up to the right side. Culberson, 2 out.
Infield fly rule once he got under it. That was the guy that you wanted.
The Nationals' best hope popped him up. Dusty's reaction. And now his last hope is his last man on the bench.
Wilmer Defoe will pinch hit for Mark Melancon after Kershaw retired Murphy.
How about this young man? What's going through his head?
Wow. 24 years of age, switch hitter from the Dominican Republic. His second at bat in this series. Nationals down to their final out. Defoe has never faced Clayton Kershaw. Nationals just 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position tonight. 2 on, 2 out. Dodgers with 4 runs at the top of the 7th inning.
I think we saw a gamble earlier. They get a base hit. He's definitely sending it to Harper all the way.
The 1-0 from Kershaw. 1-1. Clayton Kershaw does not have a save regular season or postseason in his major league career. The 1-1. Nationals down to their final strike.
That's 3 of the same pitch. They missed on the first one and came back with 2 more nasty cutters in on his hand.
Visit from Carlos Ruiz.
2 strikes, 2 outs. Really no shot at getting Bryce Harper. He'll be off anticipating on the swing. And the outfielder's backed up knowing that.
Runners go.
Good play because Bryce knows 2 strikes, 2 outs. The infielders don't want to vacate their position. The last thing you want to do is get caught covering a bag and let a ground ball go through.
The Los Angeles Dodgers are headed to Chicago.
Clayton Kershaw, 2 wins and a save. What a series. The gutsy move to get Kenley Jansen in the 7th and not knowing where they were going to get it. This was a team effort. I mean, on both sides, everybody played.
One to nothing, and the Phillies coming up in the bottom of the 9th inning, needing a run in the 5th and deciding game against the wild card Cardinals. Arthur Rhodes, the left-hander, and Jason Mott, who's been the closer, throwing in the Cardinal bullpen. Chase Utley leading off against Chris Carpenter. Utley, the only Philly hitter to reach leading off an inning when he was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. First pitch, drive hit to center field. John Jay is back and makes the catch on the base of the wall for out number 1.
Utley, first pitch fastball by Carpenter, trying to sneak one past him. Little sinker down in the zone. The only reason that ball stayed in the ballpark, a bullet to center field. Nice play by John Jay.
So Utley exhibiting some of that power that he had in previous years, and now Hunter Pence is coming up 0 for 3 with Ryan Howard on deck. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Fouls off the first pitch, in on the 5th. Ground ball to Descalso at 3rd. 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th inning. And fittingly, the Phillies, who are down to their last out, will have Ryan Howard coming up, who is 0 for his last 14, facing Chris Carpenter with the season on the line.
Well, I tell you, competition can bring about strange bedfellows. A sweep of the Phillies, of the Atlanta Braves, the last 3 games of the season ensured the Cardinals would make it as the wild card and face the Phillies.
Cardinals won 23 of their last 32 games. We're 10.5 behind the Braves on the 25th of August. And the first pitch to Howard, ball 1.
He's going to have to show some kind of patience. I know this is 2 outs. Carpenter is going to go after him, but he's going to go after him trying to get him to swing out of the zone.
One and 1 now to Howard. This crowd of 46,530 on their feet. Fouled at the plate, and now the Phillies down to their last strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ryan Howard, 2 out here in the 9th inning. Cardinals getting their run in the 1st inning, and it has held up since.
Well, he's had that curveball all night. He's gone in for effect. Does he throw that curveball, try to bounce it down by the foot of Howard and get the strikeout to end the game?
2-2.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doubles up. He did not make a good pitch there. This is not a guy bothered by the tension of finishing a game. This guy's been there before. Carpenter, look for him to make the adjustment right here.
Ground ball to the right side. Cueto has it. And running over, and the Cardinals have done it. The St. Louis Cardinals, improbable in making the playoffs, and Ryan Howard is down. He is hurt halfway between home and first base. So Howard is hurt, and the Cardinals are celebrating out around first base. Chris Carpenter with a brilliant pitching performance, but a concern for Ryan Howard here.
As soon as he came out of the box, I don't know whether he turned his ankle or if it's an Achilles problem, but no chance he can make it down to first base as the Cardinals celebrated.
A discouraging finish to the Phillies season. They put this team together to go to the World Series. Howard is hurt, but what about the St. Louis Cardinals, a never-say-die team, John Smoltz, who were seemingly out of the wild card? They were 8.5 back in September to the Braves, and they win this series in a decisive 5th game on the road.
Well, it's unbelievable. It just goes to show you when you play the season to the final out, you never know what's going to happen. You look at the highlight right here, and this is what this manager was trying to put his team in position for. Game 5, Carpenter on his back. A memorable game for the St. Louis Cardinals and a memorable moment for Chris Carpenter.
And for the first time since 2006, the Cardinals find themselves in the National League Championship Series. Chris Carpenter, on full rest, comes back and pitches a 3-hit shutout to beat the Phillies on the road in a huge matchup with 2 pitching rates. But the Cardinals prevail.
Disappointment. Ryan Madson and the rest of the Philadelphia Phillies. Sheer joy for the Cardinals. Chris Carpenter. Happy flight, indeed.
Yes, on their way to Milwaukee for the National League Championship Series, and a real odd scene here in Philadelphia where the visiting Cardinals are celebrating. The crowd is stunned, and their star Ryan Howard injured, getting out of the batter's box and down between first and home plate.
Carlos Correa, a huge part of the storyline this afternoon. A pair of home runs in a 6-2 Houston lead. Top half of the 8th inning. Bottom of the order here for Kansas City. Alex Rios, then Escobar and Zobrist. And a base hit to start things in the visitors' 8th. Well, the reactions from the bench after Correa's second home run were big. And we actually saw Carlos Correa responding. And I guess JP has been able to figure out exactly what was going on there in that exchange.
Yes, Matt, there's a story behind this. Before Carlos Correa's at-bat, George Springer told him, hey, you're going to hit a home run right here. So this is Correa thanking Springer for being right. Springer related this story to me as he was taking the field for the top of this inning. There was a second half of that prediction, Matt. Springer said he thought he was going to hit a double as well. That didn't quite work out, but obviously 1 out of 2 ain't bad there.
Yeah, I think he only had the chance for one result, and they got the one they wanted in the home run. Leadoff hitter aboard. Here's Alcides Escobar, who's been hit by a pitch today. For those of you tuning in for Game 4 of the Blue Jays Rangers series, we'll get you out there immediately at the conclusion of this one. In the meantime, it's available on MLB Network and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. An elimination game in Arlington. The Rangers trying to finish off visiting Toronto.
Well, for Harris, you obviously don't want to give up a lot of traffic on the bases, but you're going to have to make them beat you with hits. Rios picking on the first pitch, lining it in the left field corner. Damage control now.
2-1, and it's to 2-2 on Alcides Escobar. Middle of the Kansas City order will have at least one more opportunity in this one.
Will Harris has that combination we've talked about with the Astros love. High fastballs and cutters, and then curveballs off of it. He's like one of their starters coming out of the bullpen, whether it's McHugh, McCullers. This is the combination that not only A.J. Hinch, but Brent Strom, their pitching coach, loves.
Bounced up the middle, a base hit. And that brings the tying run into the on-deck circle. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Here comes Brent Strom to chat with Harris now, as Tony Sipp is up in the Houston bullpen. The largest deficit that the Royals overcame to win a game this year was 4. They beat the Toronto Blue Jays on August 1st, down by 4 runs at one point. And we all remember last year's wild card comeback, down 4 against Oakland in an elimination game. This Kansas City team capable of that kind of late charge and trying to summon up similar late magic here today.
Well, once you go through something like that, it's not like you push a button and always come back dramatically like that, but you know it's in the back of your mind that you've done it. So you put together good at bats, you try to pass the baton on as a hitter and say, I'll do my part, you do yours, following that at bat.
Strike one to Ben Zobrist. You know, you can't say that it was a turning point in the game because Houston led, but one of the biggest discussion points in this game came with Terrence Gore being called out on that stolen base, that steal of third in the 7th. A call was overturned after replay. It's been one of the bigger replay reviews this postseason, if not the biggest. Chase Utley play got a lot of discussion in the Mets-Dodgers series. That's lined into center field. Gomez coming on. He can't make the catch, and that loads the bases with nobody out. 3 straight singles against Will Harris.
This is just good hitting here by Ben Zobrist. Taking what the pitcher gives him, staying up the middle, in the middle of the field, especially with guys in scoring position. This is how you hit, especially in these big situations. Just think middle of the field, don't get greedy. And now Lorenzo Cain's up with a chance to tie the game, which is why I said last inning, getting those runners in when they had 2nd and 3rd and 1 out with Valbuena was such a huge deal because it stretches the lead to, it would have stretched the lead to 5 or 6, and then a grand slam can't catch it.
Cain's 0 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts against Lance McCullers.
And you knew when Strahm went out to talk to Harris that ideally they would have liked to have gotten to this point without the bases loaded, but Sipp is up in the bullpen and Sipp will come in for Hosmer.
The Royals have been very good this year with the bases loaded, a .299 team batting average, the 10th best mark in baseball.
The Astros are trading out for runs because now you got bases loaded, nobody out, and you try to do serious damage control. And if you're obviously the Royals, you're just trying to get closer. You know, if you could tie the game up or take the lead, that would be unbelievable. But you want to get closer. So productive runs in this inning are huge because you know you're going to face Gregerson.
The 1-1 to Cain. Swing and a base hit into left. It'll score at least one. Here's Rios to score easily. And the Royals, as they've done all year long, keep the line moving. It's a 3-run lead for Houston. And it's gotten uncomfortable enough for A.J. Hinch to make an immediate move for Tony Sipp.
Yeah, A.J.'s going to beat Harris back to the mound. You rarely see this. Harris having to back up the plate.
4 straight singles, a run in, bases loaded, nobody out. Here comes Kansas City. And again, for those of you tuning in for Blue Jays Rangers, you can watch that on MLB Network and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. And we'll go out to Arlington as soon as this one's over.
This first pitch will be very interesting for the hitter-pitcher matchup. If I'm Hosmer, I'm looking dead red. And if I'm Sipp, I'm throwing a slider.
Bases loaded, a run in, nobody out.
Oh, man, that's dead red was coming, and he just got it outside the sweet zone.
He threw it high enough that Hosmer couldn't do anything with it.
And what that does now, you escape that first pitch, right? The aggressive momentum of the Royals. Now you can go to that slider and see if you can expand the zone from Hosmer.
Tony Sipp, one of the most effective left-handed American League relievers during the regular season, and he's appeared in every game this postseason for Houston. Hosmer swats that one into the corner and foul, falling behind 0-2. 0 for 3 today and 2 for his last 14 with runners in scoring position.
If there ever was a time, right now, Eric Hosmer, season on the line, series on the line, everything on the line right here off a tough left-handed pitcher. This is when the Royals, he's your 3-hole hitter, your 4-hole hitter, your cleanup hitter, the guy you're counting on. This is when you need to pick it up.
Kendrys Morales waits next. Bases loaded, a run in, nobody out. After a 3-run 7th by the Astros, Kansas City has countered immediately. Sipp's 2-strike pitch.
Sipp has been really good. Slider slash and changeup. Fastball command has put him in a nice situation. So we got a Hosmer to swing 2 pitches out of his own.
Escobar, Zobrist, and Kane aboard with nobody out. The 1-2. Hosmer lays off.
A great take.
There's the slider you were talking about when you said he's going to attack him with sliders. The last 2 pitches have shown he went fastballs up the first 2 pitches, and then these last 2 sliders have been really good takes by Eric Hosmer. You see him start to go, he's able to lay off.
What we call action pitch when you're a pitcher. You don't want to have to go to 3-2 if you can avoid it. You want something to happen right here, preferably good if you're Sipp.
The 2-2 to Hosmer. Swung on, lined into right field, a base hit. The line keeps moving still. 5 straight hits have opened the top of the 8th. And it's a not so comfortable 2-run Houston lead. Boy, what a fine 2-strike plate appearance that was by Eric Hosmer.
Well, and you know, we've said this throughout their lineup. That's what they do. They're not going to be nervous by the situation. They've come back before. They put together grinding at bats. You know you've got 2 innings left in your life for your season, and you don't want it to go when you're down 4 and just walk away. You're going to grind, and they are grinding.
They also have the merry-go-round going with the bases loaded. They're just getting singles, or they're 1 base at a time. Normally, if there was 2 outs or something, you would have seen the third base coach send them. But with no outs, the pressure's still on Tony Sipp right here. They just 1 base at a time until something makes them, someone hits an extra base hit or something makes them change their mind. But right now, they have the merry-go-round.
It's been a whole different story since Lance McCullers was removed after 6 1/3. That's when, not coincidentally, the Royals lineup has come to life. Here's Kendrys Morales now, the switch hitter batting from the right side. He went 0 for 3 against McCullers as a left-handed batter today. The power from Morales comes left-handed. Still a good hitter from the right side, but as is the case for many switch hitters, higher average right, more pop left.
Well, you saw that changeup right there. It's almost that the Royals take their chances early in the count and then buckle down when they get 2 strikes. They don't have a lot of home run cuts with 2 strikes.
Back up the middle. Off Correa on into center field. Kansas City has tied it in the 8th.
I'm telling you right now, that ball had 2 different spins working. Of course, it was spinning funky when Sipp deflects it. When we take a look at this next hop, it does not hop the way Correa thinks. We've seen him handle just about everything. This ball goes off the glove, changes the spin, and then look at that hop right there. Almost climbed the ladder. You could see him keep his head on the ball. This could have been an easy double play. Watch this hop right there. See how much higher it goes? That ball just did not go anywhere close to where Correa thought, as he was planning on stepping on second base and throwing to first.
You can also see him tuck his head a little bit, already starting to look at the bag. You see Tony Sipp's reaction. He's clearly frustrated. He thought he maybe should have made a play, or Correa made a play, but that's a tricky hop for a shortstop. I know people are going to say, yeah, he should have made that play, but you have to understand the ball's spinning. The ball takes funky hops sometimes, and it just didn't work out for the Astros.
4 runs in with nobody out. They're going to score that as a tough luck E6.
Wow, I put down single because that's the first mistake I've made in 4 days now with my scorecard.
Get the whiteout out.
Here's Mike Moustakas. The infield is in. There's a pinch runner at first as Girardi Dyson takes over aboard for Morales.
Well, the Royals on the base pass did not take anything for granted right there. They were aggressive. They went first to third, and the runner on second got a good break to score all the way from second to tie this game up. And they're in a bonus situation now with nobody out.
Dyson will be going here really early.
A strike to Mike Moustakas. There's still nobody out. 6 consecutive hitters have reached base safely. 5 singles and an error. 4 runs. A nightmare situation for an Astros team that had grabbed a 6-2 lead moments earlier. To Moustakas.
Well, with the infield in, Altuve in on the grass, Correa still could field the bag if they decide to steal here with Dyson. But another 2-strike count with the Royals battling with 2 strikes. Somehow, someway, Moustakas is going to have to make contact.
John, you're right about the positioning of the shortstop. Normally when the infield's in and a runner's on first with speed, he can walk to second base because of the way they're positioned. No one can get to the base. But you see Correa right there is actually almost halfway to where he can still cover if Dyson steals and they feel they have a shot at him and throw him out at second for an out. It's a different defense than you normally see, especially when the game's on the line and the infield's in.
1-2 to Moustakas, and something else to bear in mind as we move forward now in a tie game. Each team is without one of its major power threats. Drew Butera's on deck. He took over for Salvador Perez last inning. And Marwin Gonzalez was used earlier in place of Chris Carter for the Astros. Moustakas hammers that one just foul.
Nice play by the ball boy down there. One hand carrying the stool. Very nonchalant. Just snagged it. No big deal. Go home, get a high five from the crowd. Go back to my stool. Watch this play by the ball boy. This ball's smoked right here. He gets up carrying the stool. No big deal. I'll catch it, take a hand to the face by the fan in the front row, sit right back down, go back to chewing gum and watching the game.
Tony Sipp just trying to find a put-away pitch to get the first out of the inning. There goes Dyson. And that ball swung on and tipped foul at the plate. Dyson had a huge jump. The Royals started this inning 3 for 21 with runners in scoring position. This inning, they are 3 for 4 in those situations.
Crazy game.
Go-ahead run 90 feet away with nobody out. We've talked about the adjustments that Mike Moustakas has made against left-handed pitching. And the fact that by this time of the season, it's really a lot harder to stunt him with situational changes. I mean, you're going to face him with a left-hander if you have the chance. However, Moustakas hit over 400 against left-handers in September.
But that's the adjustment of using the whole field, using left field, getting all those hits to left field, not just being a pull hitter, and now against lefty, he has the confidence to use the whole field and believe he can do it.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
You're just watching a team, and with Altuve moving in more and more, the likelihood of Moustakas, I mean, think about the odds of hitting the ball right at Altuve, but that's what they're hoping to prevent the winning, the go-ahead run from scoring. But I have watched this all series, and as a pitcher, you just have to tip your hat sometimes to a hitter who keeps spoiling pitches and then changes his approach. There's not a lot of teams, lineup 1 through 9, that could do this, and that patience. We talked about power versus patience. The patience is finally paying off for the Royals.
The 2-2. Moustakas really giving Sipp a battle here.
This is why the Royals don't strike out. They don't walk, but they also don't strike out. It's because they put these at-bats on you, John. They foul pitches off. They put the ball in play, which keeps the pressure on the defense. And this at-bat right here by Moustakas is just the perfect example of a typical Royals at-bat over the last couple years, especially in the postseason.
There's a guy in their dugout hoping to get the ball in Game 5, Johnny Cueto. And at least now the heartbeat's back, thinking you might have a chance.
Guy you just saw, Wade Davis, might be ready for a 6-out save. There goes Dyson again. Moustakas takes a ball up and in. Dyson's able to steal the base. Does it without a throw.
We talked about the awkward defense earlier. You can see Correa doesn't even cover. Therefore, Dyson has an easy shot at stealing second base. That's when the infield's in, that's the position you're put in because you can't clear the shortstop in order to open up the entire left side of the field. You have to concentrate on the runner at third. That's the one that really matters.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second and third with 4 runs in and nobody out.
Now, John, as a catcher right here, I know Drew Gutierrez on deck. He doesn't exactly have the hitting resume that a Salvador Perez has. So you have righties warming up in the pen. You can throw whatever pitch you want. You just want to make it a quality pitch because if you walk Moustakas here, it's not the end of the world. Right. Plus, it brings the force play and all bases into play.
Josh Fields is up in the bullpen for Houston. A swing and a miss. Finally, the first out of the inning. So here comes A.J. Hinch. He takes the ball from his left-hander, and the call will go out to Josh Fields. All tied in the 8th. 5 straight Kansas City singles, and then this ball that was ruled an error by the rookie shortstop, Carlos Correa, have led to 4 game-tying runs here in the 8th. An unbelievable turn of events after all the momentum had shifted to the Astros. A couple of big home runs in the bottom of the 7th. And here is Kansas City pulling even immediately. So the call's gone out for the closer, Luke Gregerson, who will try to hold this at 6-6. The infield in, runners at second and third with 1 away for the catcher Drew Butera, making his first ever postseason plate appearance.
I bet there's going to be a slew of sliders going through the signs. Not out of the possibilities for a safety type squeeze or even a squeeze.
I'm thinking suicide squeeze. He's out of the windup. There's no way to change his motion. Butera, it's definitely in the realm of possibility.
Six years in the big leagues, and Drew Butera playing in the postseason for the first time. Came on defensively for Sal Perez, and again, his first at-bat here this afternoon. Hosmer and Dyson aboard with 1 away. Boy, Hosmer's making you think about it, isn't he?
Well, what's amazing to me, you know, I know how hard it is to hit. Obviously, I've made a living trying to make sure that was possible, but the fact is that you know a slider's coming and that pitch is about 2 feet off the plate. and the anxiousness. Now he hasn't got many reps at the plate.
You're exactly right, John. It's knowing what's coming and being able to lay off the ball sliders that makes good hitters good and bad hitters bad.
Wow. He almost yanked that one all the way to a different town.
Wow. That is an amazing stop. That I want to say that was skill, but that ball just found his glove because that ball was actually by him. And Castro, if they don't score, take the lead right here, you can give Jason Castro a huge pat on the back, as AJ Hinch knows well, being an ex-catcher.
Again, Hosmer and Dyson aboard with one away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Butera. In play and foul.
Hosmer's jockeying with Gregerson up and down the line, especially since Gregerson is out of the windup. Usually with the infield in at less than 2 outs, I prefer my pitcher to go out of the stretch.
Yeah.
Plus, he'd be looking right at the runner. And I'm not saying Hosmer could make it, but if Gregerson goes with the same windup he's gone with these first 4 or 5 pitches to Butera, it'd be closer than you think. Not that they're going to do that or try that, but it would be interesting.
Well, the question's going to be, you know, only the third base coach will have alerted whether they're going on contact or not, or have to get the ball through. But out of the windup, Hosmer could technically get a big enough lead that on softer contact, he could score even with the infield in. Now, a bullet, that's a different case.
Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count.
After watching, you're talking about going on contact or not going on contact. After the ball Butera put in play, Eric Hosmer didn't move. So as a catcher, you always want to know, hey, can I get a heads up whether he's going on contact or making it go through? He didn't move right away. So for me, that tells me that he's not going on contact. Maybe that's changed here with the full count. But as a catcher, you look up and see him not go anywhere. That tells me he's making it go through.
The 3-2 home. Luke Gregerson faced the Royals as an Oakland A in last year's come-from-behind wildcard win, and although there were no earned runs charged to Gregerson, he came on in that 4-run rally, threw a wild pitch, and allowed damage on someone else's watch. It is an eerily similar situation here against Kansas City. Butera spoiling him off to stay alive at 3-2.
I'm telling you, I mean, Hosmer can run. I hear what you're saying too. If it was maybe even somebody else, and they don't get the job done here, he could steal home based on how slow he's going out of the delivery if he times it right. Obviously, no chance to do that right now, as Butera is battling at home plate with 3-2 count.
The next full count pitch.
We keep talking about Hosmer scoring or stealing home, or whatever it is, but you can only, as a runner at third, take a lead as big as the third baseman is off the bag. So you're always looking at the third baseman saying, okay, he's 4 steps off. I can get 4 steps without feeling uncomfortable. The time that it's really uncomfortable is when you're in the shift, the defense is in a shift, and you feel like you're all the way at home plate and you're about halfway down because there's no one behind you.
And Butera is able to check his swing and draw ball 4. What a terrific plate appearance.
That really was, but the difference is once you start your windup, you can get a huge lead because of the time it takes him. Once he goes to that sidestep, he is much slower out of the windup.
That'll bring up Alex Gordon, who under a completely different set of circumstances yesterday got to Luke Gregerson. An opposite field solo home run in the 9th that made it 4-2. Kansas City was unable to post anything further. But here you have the same matchup with the bases loaded in a tie game and only 1 away.
I actually think that walk ends up being the best thing that could have happened for the Astros if he weren't to strike out that's a different story. But now they have a semi-chance for a double play with Gordon and his groin not running as well.
First offering here is swung on and missed.
It's still interesting he's going out of the windup. I still would want my pitcher, especially with the double play setup, to go out of the stretch, because the guy on first now can get a bigger lead because he knows there's no possibility, the first baseman's in front of him, there's no possibility of them possibly picking behind me with the pitcher and the first baseman. I mean, Gregerson's giving these guys gigantic secondary leads. If there's a ball hit anywhere in the outfield, not that Dyson wouldn't score anyways, but it makes it a lot easier on him.
Hosmer, Dyson, and Utera aboard with one away. The last two plate appearances for Kansas City, the strikeout to Moustakas and then Utera drawing the walk. Total 21 pitches. I mean, two terrific plate appearances, one ending a little better than the other. But this is what the Royals have done all year long. And as John mentioned earlier, a team that grinds out at-bats, one on, one off, keep the line moving. It's exactly what's happened here in this 4-run eighth. Gordon bounces it to second. Altuve gets to it to get the out of the bag, but the Royals have scored their 5th run of the inning to take a 7-6 lead. That came also close to dribbling into right and scoring a pair.
Great play by Altuve here to get the out, keep them from a much bigger inning. I'm telling you, you'd have to open this roof to get the air back in the stadium. It is sucked right out of these fans that were feeling their 4-run lead and their chances being so great. But a 5 spot in the top of the 8th.
What a change in atmosphere. Half an inning.
Silent. I mean, this place was as loud as it was in 2005 when
someone else silenced him.
B.J. and Bertman were running around here.
Someone else silenced him in the 05 World Series. I'm not exactly sure, Matty. You remember who that was.
Unbelievable. As we head to the 8th, it's all about Johnny Cueto. He's faced 23 batters tonight, has retired 21 of them. The only trouble in the 2nd, a single and a home run. Most recently, he has retired each of the last 16 he's faced and is in the midst of his best ever postseason assignment. More is asked from him as Evan Gattis leads things off in the 8th. Gattis, Valbuena, and Carter.
Well, I talked about each starting pitcher having to pitch perfect, right, to keep their manager from making the change. He's pretty much done that to this point. So you got to think Ned's just stealing outs based on the amount of hitters he's gotten in a row.
Gattis pops it up. And the Royals are 5 outs away from a date with the Blue Jays. Here's the one guy that's been able to get to Johnny Cueto, and we take another look at Luis Valbuena's home run, courtesy of StatCast, powered by Amazon Web Services.
100 miles an hour usually has a good result attached to it.
It does, especially if you get the launch angle correct, right? Yeah. Right, Matty? Sabermetric master you.
Oh, yeah, that's me. All my protractors and compasses are right here on the desk. First offering to Valbuena, misses high.
Cueto's hitter to hitter. If you're Ned Yost, if anyone gets on base, Cueto's going to be yanked out of this game right away. You'll see Ned Yost sprint out there.
On the ground is Zobrist. 2 away. Paulo Orlando in right field. The only change tonight. Boy, Ned Yost is really, he has not needed to do much in terms of late changes. There have been a couple of pinch running opportunities for him in the series. He's not changed his lineup for 5 straight games, and now he's 4 outs away from getting back to the ALCS.
From getting that monster in the game. Oh, man.
Here's Chris Carter with 2 out and the base is empty. Johnny Cueto came to play tonight. In ensuring their lead with 3 in the 8th, courtesy of the Kendrys Morales home run. Johnny Cueto, one of the big stories tonight. Wade Davis takes over here in the top of the 9th. It is Preston Tucker leading off as a pinch hitter.
Wade Davis has everything you need to get a quick inning. The 3-run homer maybe take a little bit of the edge off. Sometimes guys get trying to get those 3 outs relatively quick. They're a little more locked in with a 1-run, 2-run lead.
2 balls and a strike. We talk about how good Kansas City is with late leads. Undefeated entering the 9th with a lead of 5 runs or more.
I would hope so.
2-2.
With the arms they have coming out of the pen, I think if you check most team stats, if they have a 5-run lead going to the 9th, there's not a whole lot of teams that have probably blown a lot of leads. But the arms Kansas City has coming out, I don't see them blowing. They don't blow 1-run leads. Forget 5-run leads.
One away in the 9th. Houston scored first, and with a deficit on the board, the Bank of America play of the game came in the bottom of the 5th. Alex Rios with a 2-run double that gave the Royals a lead that they don't intend to give back. By the way, there has been 1 blown lead in the 9th with a lead of 5+ or more this year. Teams that lead by 5 or more in the 9th are 637-1.
Well,
so there you go, Mr. Smarty Pants.
I stand corrected.
Share your favorite postseason memories using hashtag MLB Memory Bank. Jose Altuve beats it on the ground to shortstop, and they can taste it here at Kauffman Stadium.
I know we just showed the play of the game, but the one for me that was unique and I rarely see, and Kansas City never takes anything for granted, an RBI with a runner on first, a single where Gomez's feet went out from under him. That being down 2-0 put them down 1, and then of course the next inning they scored 3 times.
George Springer represents the last chance. A drive to right. Orlando on his horse back there to make the catch at the wall, and it's with that exclamation point that the Kansas City Royals move on for a date with the Blue Jays.
We or you? Oh, me. Kind of a loaded deck, as you might imagine. Thank them for joining us here on FS1 to bring this NLCS to you. That's a ball to Brandon Woodruff, who can swing the bat, throws right, bats left, went deep this year. And was 2 for 8.
And much like you said earlier, I really anticipate this guy in their starting rotation next year. Sky's the limit for him, especially if they allow him to develop that 3rd pitch, get it going.
Woodruff went deep in Pittsburgh back in July. There's Gio Gonzalez. We hardly knew ye. Gio. 2 innings, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run allowed. 1-2. Breaking ball has Woodruff lynching at the plate, but it's low, 2-2. After the pitcher, it'll be Lorenzo Cain, who's 1 for 1. Christian Yelich. I would put Woodruff up against John Smoltz in his prime. Swing the bat.
Might put it better. Looked a lot better there. Looks
That's
like
a real swing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he's not gotten a lot of opportunities because he's pitching out of the pen. But knows what he's doing.
Flies one into right center field. Back at the wall. Are you kidding? Home run. Woodruff. 1-1 in game 1. Got you beat. That ball was crushed.
I'm telling you right now, it's a good thing he did that leading off. Can you imagine doing that with 2 outs and not having the time to cool down? It's like getting a hole-in-one in golf and trying to play the next hole. So he'll have some time to cool off. Never could you have imagined he'd be coming to the park today thinking, I'm going to hit off of Kershaw and take a knee.
Crowd wants a curtain call. The 23rd time a pitcher's hit a home run in the postseason. That was no cheapie. That was 407 over the wall in right center. Kane grounds one up the middle for a base hit. Here's the home run.
Well, he took pitches well, and he sat on this pitch, it looked like, and just let it go. He looked apart. And he's probably saying, we get to see a lot of that if I start next year.
Kershaw stunned here in the 3rd. He deals with Manny Machado. With 1 out. Ball 1.
And the best part about when you're effective, you've got to have fastball command. And most of these guys have had fastball command, which puts their secondary stuff in an extra gear as a weapon to a team that likes to obviously hit the fastball, hit it with power.
95, and Machado fouls it out of play off to the right. Guerra, as a starter during the regular season, went 6-9 with an ERA of 4.27, made 26 starts, and hit his stride with 5 scoreless innings pitched out of the bullpen. At the end of the regular season, when the Brewers chased down the Chicago Cubs, caught him. Won game number 163 at Wrigley. Win the division and get home field advantage in the National League.
Yeah, last year he was their opening day starter, so that tells you what they thought of him. Coming out of spring training, some injuries last year, and just kind of lack of depth. Running out of gas a little bit for the Brewers. Not the case this year. Even their opening day starter for this year's team did not make the roster, as we mentioned. At the playoff roster, that is.
Chase Anderson. 1 out, bases empty, 1 ball, 1 strike on Machado. Machado with 37 home runs total for the year. 13 with the Dodgers after they picked him up. And 267 at bats.
See if he goes breaking ball here behind an account. Yes, he did. I'll tell you what, Machado would have swung completely if that ball was anywhere closer out of his hand and the height of it.
How about Machado? Eric Kratz was asking for an appeal. Machado knew he didn't swing. He said, yeah, go ahead, appeal. He pointed down to the first base umpire. He said, no swing, and the count 3-1.
Right pitch selection, just couldn't get it close enough.
Go ahead, appeal. And Wolf said no swing, so now the 3-1 pitch from Guerra. side, hit hard right at Arcia. 2 out. Aguilar and Machado got tangled up at the back. And George Lombard's going to come in and break it up. And Kratz gets into it, and now the bench is empty and nothing really is going on.
We're going to see where the foot was of Aguilar. Of course, he on a fairly routine play to short.
Machado just kind of lets that left leg bang into the right leg of Aguilar, and on a routine play, now you know why Aguilar was upset.
That's not the problem. That is. That ends up being the problem.
I'm sure Machado's saying, well, you got the out, get off the bag, but that's a good way to break somebody's ankle.
Yeah, normally you're worried about if the foot's too far on the bag, you catch the back and get somebody's heel, right, with the spike, but that was the other leg.
Aguilar has good reason to be upset.
Yeah, at least it wasn't obviously the spikes, right? Or still, nonetheless.
He's a player that has a history of those types of incidents. You know, one time's an accident, repeated over and over and over again. You're just a dirty player. It's a dirty play by a dirty player. That's what it is. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him as a player, but you can't respect someone who plays the game like that.
Just a game. It's just a game. You know, he was wrong. We already talked. We're good now.
I play baseball. I go out there, try to win for my team. So if that's their comments, those are their comments. So I can't do nothing about that. I mean, you saw the replay probably. So his foot was in the bag, trying to get over him, hit his foot. That's dirty. That's dirty. I mean, I don't know. Call it what you want.
Really has nothing to do with these Dodgers, those Brewers, 2018, but in 8 series, they've never won a best of 7 after trailing 3 games to 1, which would be the case if they don't win tonight as they try to even this best of 7. Tied 1-1, bottom of the 13th, 1 out, rather 1 on, 2 out. The batter is Bellinger. Entered in the 6th. This is his 4th at bat. That gets away. Machado, good base running, going to second. He was ready for a ball in the dirt, and Manny Machado, who's been criticized for not running out at least 1 ground ball in this NLCS. Back in Milwaukee, good base running here.
Yeah, and I think they've got options now for the Brewers because Bellinger statistically hasn't been locked in, but neither has Grandal on the base, and I think they might end up pitching, depending on the count and where this goes. Grandal.
See if you can expand the zone and get Bellinger to chase. The secondary stuff. It's a wild pitch. Winning run at second, 2 out. Cody Bellinger with the defensive play of the night. And the 10th on a ball hit by Kane. Takes a strike and the count evens 1-1. Bellinger has 1 RBI this postseason. Set up with a ball and 2 strikes. We are now facing hitters for the 2nd time. Bellinger had to hit the other way off Canelo in the 8th. Change up here with regard to signs. 2-2 the count. Bellinger trying to send everybody home. Still 2-2.
I think the interesting dilemma for Milwaukee is the semi-shift against Bellinger. Hard to have Moustakas get to third base. Decided to go to third base.
Pick off at second, and he just got back. A better throw gets him. First base side of second.
That was the whole thing. Kind of sneak in. Perfect timing. Just in there. And with that shift, that's how you protect. Because Moustakas is so far away from the bag, you kind of keep him within the area code.
Kratz has been busy back there.
He does so many good things behind the plate. He's a big guy. Mechanically sound when it comes to really letting his chest get out over his knees and block the ball and drop it straight in front of him instead of skirting to one side or the other.
Garrett trying to send game number 4 into the 14th. Ground ball, base hit. Machado comes to the plate. Throw by Yelich. Dodgers win it. Series tie. 2-2. You got Machado on that pop up to right. Bellinger bounces into the force out. Here's Puig, 1 for 2. Double into right his first time up, and a big hole on the right side of the infield. .95 from Jeffress, strike 1.
This game's had the feel. It does usually game 7, but this really, every time Milwaukee plays, it has the feeling like each guy is pitching their 9th inning. It feels like a 9th inning. We're only in the 5th or top of the 6th.
Braves have swung at the first pitch in this sixth. Runner goes, no throw down, and Bellinger will end up walking into second base with 2 out. For Bellinger, that is stolen base number 2 of this series, 3 of the postseason. Into left center field. This ball is in the gap and over the wall for a 3-run home run. Yasiel Puig has just made it 5-1 here in the 6th. Bellinger beat out that double play ball, gave the at-bat to Puig, and Yasiel Puig dumps one over the wall in left center.
We talked about it yesterday, the show he put on in BP. He didn't have any kind of game to represent that yesterday. But today, his strength on an off-speed pitch. Wow.
Taylor, who just made that catch a moment ago in the bottom of the 5th to save a run, takes a ball. And for Puig, he's eccentric. He can do some crazy stuff at times, but he can also show you that incredible power packed into that Dodger uniform. And he has just given LA a 4-run cushion with a 3-run shot.
I mean, that's a slider, a breaking ball, and then tremendous power. This ball just keeps going. Looked like it was going to be in the gap off the wall. Hits the top of the wall and then, of course, over.
Here's Clayton Kershaw, the left-hander, trying to finish this game. He has come out of the bullpen before during the postseason. Kenny talked about 2016, the National League Division Series, with 1 day of rest. Last year in the World Series, he ended up going 4 with 2 days of rest. It's another Game 7 for the Dodgers. It's another time for Kershaw out of 10. And he misses to Travis Shaw, ball 1. That's a strike to Shaw, who's 1 for 3.
Well, the only difference is for Kershaw, I know he's done this before, when you get warmed up in this fashion, way more chaotic and adrenaline-based and less structured.
2 days of rest for him, and he gets a ground ball to the right side, picked up by Turner, 1 out. 1 down, and the Brewers are down to their final 2 outs. Here comes Aguilar.
And if there isn't a lot of pitches thrown in here, it does work as a nice little bullpen for him, and I would imagine bears no consequences on him not starting game.
Well, if that is the case, and if the Dodgers do move on by closing this one out, you would have 2 days of rest before Game 1. That misses. Ball 1 to Aguilar, who has struck out 3 times after his big Game 6. Ball and a strike. Kershaw in Game 5 was the winner. Went 7, allowed 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 9, walked 2. Gave up a run in the 3rd inning in that game, but dodged a big inning. Ended that day by retiring the final 13 hitters he faced.
Yeah, it was that strikeout of Aguilar that really
was the big part of that game that could have blown it open for the Brewers. Struck him out on a down and in slider. Cutter.
Here's a 2-1 pitch. Aguilar. A late swing and a miss at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2. That's down, a full count. With 1 out, Aguilar strikes out, and the Dodgers are 1 out away. A 4-strikeout night for Jesus Aguilar. Here's Moustakas. Dodgers trying to win the National League pennant back-to-back years for the first time since 77-78. And they're 2 strikes away from it. Beat the Cubs in the NLCS last year. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think it's a big part of everything that they've gone through this year. You know, wasn't the greatest of starts, but 10 games under 500 early in the season. Then they made a late run to capture the division.
Strike 2.
And I've always said experience is not much to anybody unless you put yourself in position to utilize it. And they definitely have done that. They haven't panicked. Strike away.
The Dodgers were 16-26 through May 17th. They didn't have Justin Turner, who missed the first 40 games with a break in his wrist. How about Dave Roberts? 3 years at the controls of the Dodgers. 3 straight division championships and trying to go to back-to-back World Series. Two balls, 2 strikes. The next from Kershaw. The Dodgers have won the pennant. Back to the World Series they go. A final of 5-1. As they take Game 7 here in Milwaukee.